Welcome to Armchair Expert, Experts on Expert. I'm Dan Shepard, and I'm joined by Lily Padman.
Hi.
Today we have Malala Yousafzai.
Yes.
And guys, this is a message to me. Not most listeners will be like, oh, I can't wait to listen. But for pieces of shit like me, that are like, I don't necessarily want to go on a super emotional ride. I just want to say, this is the version of Malala that is the fun, playful college student coming of age version.
Yeah, human.
Yes, which is really shockingly fun and uplifting, and I loved. No, I want to be clear. I read her book and I love it. It's very important.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not up for that story, but just, this
is a different version of her.
It's a different side of Malala, which was a really fun side to get.
It was great.
She's a rascal.
I know. She's so fun.
She's a playful rascal. She's an education activist. She's the youngest ever Nobel laureate, best-selling author, and award-winning film producer. Her books are I Am Malala, We Are Displaced, Malala's Magic Pencil, and now her memoir, Finding My Way, which is really from the moment we all kind of knew her to her trying to attempt to have a normal college life.
Yes.
In England.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
falling
really
in love.
cute. Falling in love.
Oh, it's really special.
Please enjoy Malala Yousafzai. This episode of Armchair Expert is presented by Apple Pay. You know, holiday shopping can be a hassle, but Apple Pay makes it so much easier. Whether you're shopping online or in store, look for the Apple Pay button or contactless symbol at checkout. No more digging for your wallet or filling out long online checkout forms. It works at millions of places, including stores, websites, and apps. This means you can spend less time at checkout and more time finding the perfect gifts. Pay the Apple way. Terms apply.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
I'm actually so excited to be here.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You are not.
I've been
You hate
waiting
press.
for
You're
this.
so sick of it.
We're so excited to have you.
Are you two old friends?
You and
Yeah,
Hannah.
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes.
Why
Hannah
technically?
joined Malala Fund many years ago.
Oh.
She did.
Yes. And then she helped me with my work outside Malala Fund as well.
Okay.
Production company. Then she left me.
Oh, no. Why did she do that?
Exactly.
To start a
And now-
podcast with your husband? Because I can relate.
And then, but she's helping me on this.
She
Yeah.
is.
That's
Okay,
fun.
great. How long is this little tour you're on right now? It's got to be extensive, I'd imagine, for a book, yeah?
I have many things to do, so I'm here to do some press in LA. Then I go to New York, do more press, prep for the launch. So the launch will be in New York on the 21st.
Okay.
The book will be out, like everywhere.
It'll already be out,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I begin my book tour.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
That's
Then
a
I
lot.
come back, I go to every city.
Oh my
day.
gosh.
Oh, I wrote down way too many notes for you, I'm now realizing. We never have 4 pages.
4
This is too many I
pages.
wrote down. Oh my God, is there a 5th? Okay.
Wow, a record. Already
This
a
might
record.
be a record.
I mean,
So you already talked to Monica one time, yeah?
We
Yes.
did, Kristen and I, but that was
Yes.
Zoom, and I don't count that.
I agree. I want to meet Kristen.
Oh, she's in the
She's
backyard
here,
when
yeah.
you're done. Yeah.
You'll get to meet her
I'm
in
like,
person.
we have met, but we haven't met.
Yeah.
Right. We have
It's
that with
hard
a lot
over
of people.
Zoom. We in COVID we did all Zooms,
Yes.
and we decided none of those count.
They kind of don't count.
They don't count.
And we'll have someone on who we had on Zoom, and when they come, we're like, this is the first time. I mean, this isn't...
The vibes in person,
Yeah.
they're meaningful.
But I love your podcast. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Thank you.
I loved your book.
Oh, thank
I loved
you.
it so
Thank you.
much. And I cried this morning. Some of those texts between you and Asur are...
Do you think I was a bit mean to him?
No. There's a difference between annoying and mean.
Okay.
Do I think you were annoying sometimes because you didn't know how to handle a new love? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
New first love. I mean, I never thought I would actually fall in love.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you were
So-
probably having to integrate that yourself,
Exactly.
which that's a lot to process.
Now, I don't know if you guys talked about it the first time you met, but there's some passages in your book. I wrote them out in their entirety because I'm like, this is Monica's book. She wrote this book.
Really?
Oh, wait till you hear some of the zingers in here. There's a lot of overlap.
Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, I can't wait.
How can we be so similar? What's your star sign?
Virgo. What are you?
I'm
Cancer?
I'm Cancer. My husband is a Virgo.
Really?
Which you read were great love mates.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was a sign.
those
Yes.
go well together.
Yeah.
Kristen is a Cancer.
Oh,
Yeah, and she's a love mate of mine.
yes.
And two of my soulmates are Cancers.
That's right,
Aaron and
yeah.
Kristen. Okay, so rightly so. This book is about another chapter in your life entirely. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to bring people up to speed a little bit because
Yes.
I think there is some foundation that needs to be laid.
Yes. I have so much in my life, you know.
You do.
Yes.
You do.
You really do.
And I only know, like, look, my daughters have your children's book. I've read it to them out loud. So that's kind of my knowledge of everything that happened. And then, of course, I was alive when all this went down, so I didn't miss it in the media. But anything post that, I kind of don't know about. And even just this notion that you end up in like a high school in the UK, and like with the snap of a finger is really kind of equally bizarre, right?
Yeah.
It's already like,
Yeah.
yeah,
a
it's
lot.
huge. But so for the folks that don't know, and I think maybe a couple of the details that people might not have already known, I don't think I knew until I read your book, is like you were already kind of a political activist before any of this happened.
Yes.
Yeah, you were blogging at 10 years old.
Yeah, I became an activist at age 10. I blogged for the BBC at age 11. And I volunteered to be in the New York Times documentary when schools were closed by the Taliban. Again, I was only 11.
Yeah.
That's when I became an activist.
Yeah, you were kind of already
Yeah.
famous before this other thing. I guess I
Yes.
stupidly thought, oh, this is when she got a lot of attention.
I was known in Pakistan and people
Yeah.
had read my story. But I do agree. I do think that the recognition that I received after getting attacked
Yeah.
was very different than the recognition I had received before.
Yeah, exponential.
Global.
Yes.
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 But so for the folks who don't know that little chapter, which is like your father was an educator and was a big proponent of girls being in school.
Yes.
You were in Swat, this area of Pakistan.
A very beautiful valley in the north of Pakistan. And we had a pretty normal life until this extremist militant group took over our valley. And the Taliban, started imposing restrictions on women and girls, including a ban on girls' education.
Yeah.
And it affected my education directly. It affected the education of all of my female friends because girls could no longer go to school.
Yeah.
They were punished if they did to even learn. And it was a very scary, dark time.
Yeah.
And that's when my journey of activism began. It's not that, like I was passionate about doing something for my community from a very early age,
Yeah.
but circumstances changed. So the way I became an activist was simply because I was responding to this new reality where I could not have a future without an education. And I knew I have no choice but to speak out.
Yeah, it wasn't like you sought out to be an activist. You just
No.
sought out to
Stay in school.
exactly to speak up for yourself.
I know, it's not that I was researching different topics and figuring out what am I more passionate about.
Yeah.
Let me pick this issue.
Yeah.
It was about our future, and we know that girls in our communities, especially in patriarchal societies, have very little opportunities if they do not get the complete education. They are restricted in exploring different careers. They cannot make a living for themselves. So many girls are forced into marriages.
Well, it'd be right to say they're dependent on whatever the patriarch in their life tells them
Exactly.
exists on planet Earth.
Yeah,
Like without
it's
education.
your dad or your brother, and then
Yeah.
it's like the husband, and you just pray you find
Yeah,
a
good luck.
kind man, so then you could at least have a life in dignity, and it's not that of like violence and oppression. It's just like a simple wish like that. I actually realized that when I started speaking to my mom more. So my mom and I have been these, my mom and I have struggled a bit to be friends.
It's comfortingly
Yes.
universal.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
especially like till you make it to your 20s, it's a really difficult phase.
Yeah.
because I was just told off by my mom for everything, what I wear, how I dress, what I say. For her, the concern was always about what would our community in Pakistan say. She was just worried about controversies. And I used to argue with her all the time. But later on, like I realized that my mom was just simply trying to protect me.
She was scared.
Yes,
She was scared because she had seen it in her lifetime, how girls were punished for simply daring to wear what they wanted. If there was a story of a girl talking to a boy on phone, the next thing you hear is that she has been killed in the name of honor. She has been poisoned. She has been beaten up.
Well, you as a little girl were
Yeah.
slapped by a cousin in the street
Yes.
because he saw you doing what?
I mean, yeah, I was in the river and, like your clothes get wet and then they
Stick to you.
stick to you. And I had gone with some like boys, just the local like cousins, little boys.
Yeah.
And he just slapped me. He said, why would you go to the river? He said, I think for him, it was just the fact that girls, as soon as, they have the identity of being a woman, they need to be restricted to the four walls of their houses.
Yeah.
But I must say, like, that cousin thinks very differently now, and he's a big
that's-
advocate. But,
That's good.
that was once a time.
Yeah.
I think these things happen when you're little that
Yeah.
form your worldview. And what you learned in that moment was like, oh, an older male, if
Yeah.
thinks I'm bringing shame to the family, has the authority and the right to smack me across the face in public.
It was scary. It's really, really scary.
That introduces you to what world you're living in. You're like, okay, this is life on planet Earth for me.
But I think my story is an exception simply because my dad was very supportive.
Why was he? What about him was so different?
He was so passionate about his own education. He saw his 5 sisters have completely different lives than him. They never went to school while he did. So he knew if you are born a girl, like it just means you do not have the same life as a boy.
Yeah.
So he wanted to change that, and he made a commitment that he would want a different life for his daughter. He didn't stop me from speaking out, while other men, fathers, actually stopped girls in our school who were stepping forward the same way as me to speak out. And even if like a cousin or somebody tried to say something about me being in media or me speaking out or being in public, my dad just would remind them that they mind their own business.
Wow.
So you just got lucky. He just
Yeah.
had a great personality.
I mean, we need male allies. We need them
Yes.
to stand up with us.
And when we have compassion for your mom, which, reading the book, I have some, I want to give her Mel Robbins' book, Let Them. That's what I want to give her. That's what she needs to read.
Yes.
Let them talk. It's okay. Let them all
But the
think what they're going to.
culture is different.
Well, I was going to say your father had the freedom, really, that your mom didn't have in a lot of ways. So he could have the position of like, yeah, mind your own business. That
Yeah.
wasn't really a luxury your mom had. So it's kind of quite understandable why she
Yes.
has so much more fear.
100%. I think if a man is seen as an advocate for women, people celebrate him. I think it's a lot easier. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a different story when we are praising a man. It's a very different story when we talk about women or mothers and how they are becoming allies of the next generation of women and girls. I feel like their initial instinct is to actually protect us, to
Right.
keep us safe.
yeah.
Yeah.
For my mom, it was a whole different world to be able to like advocate and change the perspectives and bring in safety. For her, the first thought was, let's do everything so that none of these horrible things happen. And if it means you obey the expected dress code, or if you just follow the customs, like let's just do that, because in the end, what's more important is your safety. And just simply focus on your education, but like do not cause any trouble.
Yeah. Do it quietly and
Yes.
do what you need to do. And in her defense, the absolute worst nightmare for a parent would be exactly what happened to you. So you got shot on a bus.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure she was like, oh my God, we just barely avoided
Exactly.
the ultimate heartbreak in life. Let's
Like I knew
Let's
this
button
would
it up.
happen.
Yeah.
I know we care about these things, but not as much as I care about you being alive. I
Yes.
very much understand.
Yeah.
you know, where she's coming from.
Yeah, and after the attack, when I moved to a different country, we were now settled in the UK, a new culture.
Edinburgh, what is it? Eddington? What is
No, Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Oh, it's
like-
Birmingham.
Yeah,
That's so
like,
simple.
Not the Alabama one.
No.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
That one
Not
would've been harder.
Birmingham.
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 Yeah, right here. GHAM. Okay, it's already a really unique life. You were on the BBC. A doc was made about you. You're reporting as the Taliban is invading your town. All that's crazy. Now, even if none of that happened, another crazy thing would be to come out of a coma, having been raised in Pakistan, and then be in Birmingham,
Yes.
UK. Like, do you remember how foreign that all felt to you?
Yes, it was a complete shock to wake up in a different country surrounded by people who were speaking a different language. I was very, very unfamiliar. And of course, I was grateful that I woke up and I finally opened my eyes that I was alive.
Yeah.
I was in this induced coma for a week. And all I remembered was this last day of my school in Pakistan. And then, like, I have these mixed memories and these visuals and pictures of like attacks happening again and again. And I'm like stuck in this induced coma where I just cannot wake up. I feel like, am I dead? Am I alive? But the moment I woke up, I was so grateful. But at the same time, I was just figuring out like, who has brought me here? Where are my parents? When will I recover? When will I be able to get back to my old normal life?
Yes. Also, when are you learning that you are now a world figure? How,
Oh, it was
and
like
how are you
weeks,
computing
weeks
that?
later.
Weeks later.
I had no idea.
How old were you again at that
15.
time? 15, yeah.
I had no idea. I just thought nobody even knew. I had this tube in my neck initially, so I could not speak. So I had to write everything down. And because my vision was so blurry, I could not even like write well. So every time I would just ask the nurses and doctors, where's my father? I want to meet my family. And then the second thing I would write is, who's going to pay for my hospital?
Sure. It looks expensive, I'm sure.
I was just so worried. I said, do I have to go and get a job or something?
Oh my God.
But my family arrived 10 days later.
Okay.
When they joined, that was the first time I actually cried.
Oh,
You know,
of course. That's
it's
so
because you are going through a
overwhelming.
trauma. You don't even know like what a normal emotion is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going through so much pain that you cannot even cry like that. It's just you're like, how do I become that normal person that I was?
You're disassociated, right?
Yes.
You're out of your body.
Yes.
And almost the crying is you re-entering
Process.
your actual
Exactly.
body,
Yes.
right?
So I saw my family. That's the first time I cried. And even then I thought, as soon as I'm discharged from the hospital, I'll be able to go back to Pakistan. But things changed really quickly. I was working on these different like projects that I was approached with, starting Malala Fund, writing my book, giving my first speech at the UN, and then also starting a new school locally. They said, we cannot like let your time be wasted, so you have to get back into your education. I thought this was all temporary,
Yeah.
but I didn't realize before I knew it, like it had been a long time when I like went back to Pakistan again. But this was like a whole new pathway that my life was taking. And I was like, where is this going? Where is my old life? And where am I now?
Now, I find this to be the most interesting part because it's so human. So now you start this school in
Yes.
England, and it's a disaster, right? High school's not.
I loved that school, by the way. But what was really challenging for me was making friends.
Yeah.
I was a completely different person when I was in Pakistan. I was
You're popular and
funny and
outgoing.
mischievous. I was in every competition, debate, singing,
Playing cricket.
playing
Being
cricket,
a kid.
everything. I mean,
But
it's-
outgoing,
and I had
right?
friends.
Right.
I had so many friends.
Yeah.
Now at this new school, I felt like a stranger. I just thought nobody could ever know me. I could not be that old self of mine. And I would try to I would try to have a conversation with people, and it just like you start and it dies quickly.
Yeah.
It's such a like stressful moment. You're like, I hope like somebody picks up this topic and it could be a funny thing, and it just
fell flat.
dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, you had so much shit working against you. You're from another country. I can't
Yeah.
imagine your English was bulletproof at that point, was
No,
it?
I mean, it was more like textbook English. Textbook English is very different than what people actually speak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the cultural thing. You have the
Yes.
fact that you're famous, which is an
Yeah.
awkward thing. You've also just been shot in the face, so you're not like
know.
feeling.
100%.
I became very like self-conscious.
Of course.
Even if like if somebody's like looking at you, we all look at each other and we all just think sometimes like,
Yeah.
what is that person actually looking at right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
And usually they're not, but we just think that way.
Yeah.
But I think at school, yes, I was very self-conscious and I was thinking about the facial nerve damage on the left side because of the bullet. And I just thought like maybe, I just was hesitating even to smile because I now had like a crooked smile and
Yes.
I was,
And
yeah.
it's
Malala,
hard
when I had
enough.
acne, I didn't want to go to school. When if I
Exactly.
had pimples, I would not interact with
Yeah.
anyone those days. Like
It's hard enough.
No.
Like, yeah, this
It's
is
implausible.
And you have to sort of carry the weight. Now people are looking to you to be like the voice of activism, and you're 15 and you're in a new place and people are expecting wisdom from you. Like that's too much.
Well, thank God you were kind of delivering on that front because you're just it's a mess at high school.
Yeah.
But luckily you're rising to the occasion of the political stuff.
You have to be an
and making the
adult so
speeches at
fast.
UN. Like you're crushing that part of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought maybe at 15, this is where I'm supposed to be at these UN conferences, bilateral meetings with world leaders advocating for girls' education, running a foundation.
Yeah.
I just thought maybe this is how my life is supposed
That's
to
all
look
I'll
like.
have. I won't get this other
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
And to be honest, yes, I wanted all of it.
Yes.
I wanted to be a normal student at the same time, to be, to have friends.
To go to
and to
McDonald's.
feel loved and to
Yeah.
be able to express myself and to try new things. But somehow I thought that maybe because I'm supposed to live this activist life, it means sacrificing.
It's
all
one or the
rest.
other.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, of course, like I'm sad and I don't feel like
You were lonely,
myself
right?
and lonely.
Yeah.
And but I thought, okay, this is how it's supposed to be.
You did the cutest things to you, like you enlisted on field day to run the 200-meter
Yes.
dash and came in last.
I know.
You
I
did
tried
so many
everything.
things that
This is horrible.
I know. It makes me love you so
Yeah.
much.
When this is going on and you're like struggling at school, and I think a lot of American kids, they would come home and like tell their parents, and I feel left out. And did you feel like you could do that? Because I don't know
No,
how emotions
actually.
were.
No, I think when you are supposed to be this strong, brave, courageous girl, you feel you cannot complain about not having friends or like, crying alone in the bathroom to get over this or feel
Yeah.
like, oh, I wish like more people could talk to me in the school dining hall. No, I never really shared it with my parents. I would just go home and talk to my best friend in Pakistan. I would
that's
ask
good,
her
at
about
least.
everything that was happening, in our neighborhood with our friends and how her studies were going, and just try to like reconnect with my old life.
Yeah.
And I knew like that's just not a reality. I'm not there, but I used to just imagine myself being there
Yeah.
and imagine what life would have been like if I were there. So I like deep inside, I wanted to make friends and just know like who is that true Malala, that.
Yeah.
And what would my life have looked like if none of these things had happened? So the day when I saw most of the students at my school talk to me was the day when I heard the news about the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh. So I had gone to school and I was not expected to that
You were
I would
17
get it.
at
I was
the time?
17, yes.
Yeah.
I was in my chemistry class. The school's deputy head teacher walks in and calls me outside and tells me that I have won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh my God.
And I'm like,
This is
wait,
insane.
what? Yes. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As if
Thank
it's like
you.
she did
Yes.
it. Or, yeah.
But I actually went back to my class. I finished my whole school day.
In hopes that people
Yeah.
might engage with you
And I
and
feel
show
like
interest?
more faces were looking at me
Sure.
that day when you feel noticed.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
But the day after, it was just back to normal. Everybody is looking the other way.
They were all going to McDonald's and you weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What a bizarre! You're winning the Nobel Peace Prize and you're not getting invited to McDonald's. Like none of this makes. This is too much.
I loved your question, Monica, about asking mom and dad. And I'm wondering do you think part of you did not want to share that with them because you were afraid you had already put them through so much?
My parents do worry a lot.
Yeah.
I think they freak out.
Yeah.
And for them, it's just like, how could you be sad? Don't be sad.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm like,
exactly. Because
This,
Help me,
this
please.
is where,
Like,
I
this is where
have this
Monica
exact.
really
this has
knows.
happened many, many times. I mean,
Yes.
I have gone to them several times or tried to signal something. Initially, I'm like testing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if something like this? They're like, why would this even happen? Yeah, my dad like came up to my room and he just saw I was like really stressed and worried. And like I was worried about some work thing that was going on. And my dad was like, no, like we can't see you sad. You should be happy. And I was like, Dad, can you respect my right to all of these emotions? Whether that be happiness and sadness and grumpiness.
Yes.
Like, I know you want me to be happy and I understand it, but that does not mean I suppress every emotion
you can't
because I have to make you guys happy.
right.
So he's like, when you are happy, we are happy. And I'm like,
That's too much pressure.
that's a lot of pressure.
Also, you have to go out on the road. Like you're
Yeah.
still at all the conferences and doing all that stuff. And it's like, even more do you need when you get home to be able to be the scared, lonely
Yeah.
kid.
Yes.
Because you're putting on a brave face everywhere
They
else.
have to be the landing spot. But culturally, I
This
do
is
think
very
it's very hard. My parents.
subcontinent of you guys.
Yeah, my dad too. He's come a long way.
Yeah.
He tries,
Yes.
but he'll be like, "Tell me what's going on," and I can like see the panic before I've
know.
even said anything. He's so
Yes.
panicked, and then it's like, "Well, I can't tell you because." You're going to get so stressed out, and then
Exactly.
that's going to stress me out. So let's just
Exactly.
not do any of this.
Exactly.
And then you don't have anyone. You don't have anyone. And then sometimes my dad will be like, you need to know you can talk to us. And I'm like, well, that's not the way to say it, for one. Like, but I understand it because they grew up in such a different environment and with a lot more struggle, I think.
Yeah.
And so, for them, everything is so high. They want their kids just to be happy. That's it.
Yeah, I know. And I fully understand that, parents want their kids to know that their happiness is everything to them. But we also want our parents to know that we go through many emotions and sometimes it's just some space. That's all we need. It's listening. It's just you being there, but we don't have to fix it. Allow us to go through the emotion, to process it.
Well, most importantly,
Yes.
that I would be lovable even if I'm very unhappy.
Yes.
That's like the deep thing is like, can I have my whole array of emotions and you
Yeah.
still love me? Because that's
Yeah.
what you want to hear.
It's way too much pressure on a child, really at any age, to take on a grown-up's emotional state. Like
Yeah.
regulating their emotions by yours is just like not
I think
okay.
The other thing which I realized was that I had taken this adult role from such an early age.
Too early.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was looking after my family. All of a
Yes.
sudden,
Yeah.
the roles had switched completely. Like my dad, mom, everybody had to move to a new country. So I was like doing all of these things, from signing a book to a documentary to giving speeches so that I can make an income.
Yeah.
And this has been like forever part of my life, to help my family and our relatives and people who need support from us in Pakistan. So there's always been that pressure as well. And I think that also somehow affected me because I thought I cannot be that child anymore. I have to be acting like an adult.
Yeah.
I'm the grown-up here.
Exactly.
This is all on my shoulders. You win cash for the Nobel Prize? They give you money?
Yeah, it comes with a prize.
Oh,
yes.
really? They
that's
give you
good.
some around how money?
I think it's usually like €1 million.
Oh, really?
So the year I won had two winners. Kailash
to
Satyarthi.
split it?
Yes, you have to split it.
Oh, this is bullshit.
That's not
They need to
fair.
double the.
Double.
It's okay. I know they should.
Don't say it's okay.
But-
it's not
It's
okay.
okay. Then you can't even root for the person. You want to be able to be
Yeah,
excited for them, but not if you're giving them half your
Yes.
money.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This message is brought to you by Apple Pay. Bonnie, I can't believe it's almost the holidays. You know what that means, right?
I sure do. My annual holiday gift guide.
Yes, I love when you break out your gift suggestion.
You're a good steward of my holiday gift guide.
I'm entirely reliant on it.
Well, I like doing it. I like picking out the perfect present. Like one of my more recent ones, I'll give it to you now ahead of time.
Okay.
For your coffee lovers. Okay. There's an amazing small batch roaster downtown.
The ones with those Ethiopian beans I'm obsessed with?
Yes. And they take Apple Pay right at the counter, which is so easy. So you just double click the side button on my iPhone, authenticate with Face ID, tap and pay. That easy.
What about for people who don't live locally?
Well, that's where the real fun starts. I found this artist who makes these custom star maps. It shows the night sky from any special date. So you could do an anniversary or a birthday.
That sounds cool. But doesn't all this online shopping get tedious with the different websites?
Not at all. When I check out online, I click the Apple Pay button, authenticate on my Apple device, and done. It's so easy. No lengthy checkout forms required.
Keep the suggestions coming. What else you got?
Okay, book lovers, ding, ding, ding. I personally love supporting local bookstores. They're also just so fun. And you can go to their website. And then for crafty friends, there are these amazing do-it-yourself kits.
Okay, you really do have a gift for, well, gifts.
Thank you. Whether I'm shopping in person or online, Apple Pay works at a million places. It makes it so much easier to focus on finding those perfect, thoughtful presents.
Instead of wasting time typing in card numbers, which I cannot stand.
Exactly. Same. More time for holiday magic, less time for payment hassle.
Pay the Apple way. Terms apply.
But the school that I support in my parents' village in the north of Pakistan started with the help of the Nobel Peace Prize money.
Oh, it did. That was
Yes,
the seed
that's
money
when I
for
started it. And in my speech, I said, I want to build a school there because right now there's no high school for girls. I want to start the first one.
Yeah.
So, because I know that, we need to be ambitious about bringing change in the world, but let's start from home. If we can make it happen there, there's hope that we can make it happen elsewhere.
Yes.
So, that it's one of the most challenging areas. It's in the north of Pakistan, up in the mountains, and the literacy rate is so low, and hardly like any woman, any girl had actually graduated, and there was no high school for girls. But we started it, I think, 7-8 years ago, and now that school is complete. And this year, the first class graduated.
Oh, wow.
And I met them. I met them for the first time.
How great is
I
that?
went to Pakistan. It was
Special.
amazing. And I shared this story in the book as well. It's really, really important to me because just seeing how the lives of these girls have changed because of education is the most rewarding feeling.
Yeah.
It's just hope for the whole community. Like I was just looking around, like the trees, the mountains, the river, everything's sort of like the same.
Yeah.
But one thing that was different in the whole village was the school.
Yes.
And I thought that the school had given hope to the community.
So incredible.
Yeah. Okay, so your book really is a coming of age story of you entering Oxford. And as we've already set up, it didn't go well in high school. And you just have the sweetest singular desire, like, I'm going to Oxford and I am going to make friends. And it's so endearing and sweet. You know Mindy Kaling, I imagine?
Yes.
Yeah, so I texted her yesterday, like, oh my God, I just read Malala's new book. This is a show. Like, this is a show you would make. It's so cute. And
I have watched all her shows.
Yeah,
Never
she's
have
the
I ever.
best.
And the college.
Yeah, what is it? Girls Like Sex or something?
Sex Lives of College Girls. Let's get it right
Sexy
from
college.
Mindy.
Okay.
No, I mean, the
Lives.
title is a bit long, but no, not what you said.
Sex Lives of College Girls.
Yes.
I got her.
Okay, so you arrive at Oxford and you get a dorm, and then you decide to just kind of hit the sidewalk and start walking around, and you're taking charge, right? You're just introducing yourself to people, and you meet this cute girl who at first is taken back.
Yes.
What her name is?
Cora.
Cora.
Yes.
And I immediately, you're like, oh, great. We've got one friend.
Cute.
And then you go to the Freshners Fair. What is it called? Freshers Fair.
Yes.
And just tell Monica what you do at this Freshers Fair. This is such a comedy set piece.
Yeah, I mean, you sign up for these different clubs and societies like rowing and I don't know, jumping, running, anything you can think of. There's like a club for everything.
Jazz club.
And music, languages, anything.
Yeah.
So I signed up for a few clubs, including rowing. I had never done it and I couldn't swim. I don't know why I signed up, but I did it anyway.
She signed up for everything. She left this fair, Monica.
I was like, I want to make friends. I should be everywhere, you know?
But that's such a smart thing to do. Like, I want to make friends. I got to sign up. I got to get myself out there.
No, it was like a real FOMO.
Yes.
It was there. Like I said, I want to be everywhere in this college life.
Yes.
So there's the Oxford Union, which is like this famous debating society at Oxford. I was signing up for that to get membership. And then there was this big poster behind, and they had like photos of all of these famous speakers who had previously spoken there before.
Oh, boy.
You know, like I'm looking at all of these famous names, and then I see my photo, and I'm like, I remember I spoke here before.
Oh, my God.
I was like so
Also
embarrassed.
a little feeding frenzy. Some person wants a picture, then 10
and
people
then
want a
people
picture.
are like, oh, wait a second, is that you? So like people started asking for photos. But my friend who I had, just met.
Yeah, your new best friend.
She was so best friend, yes. She was supporting me and she took some photos and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I felt so embarrassed. I said, like, I just do not want it to be awkward. I want my friends not to think like they're here to take photos, for me.
Yeah.
And she, she was just so chill about it. And quickly, we were talking about next lectures and essays. And I was like, I love it. I know that I'm meeting the right people.
Good.
I missed one part, though, before we even get there, and this is very sweet. Up until this moment, when you leave your house, your mother has dressed you every day of high school.
Oh.
I know.
She picked out
She laid out your clothes, right? This
Yes.
is what you're going to wear.
Yes. So my mom prefers traditional Pakistani clothes. And I think for her, it's like anything, jeans, top, and like any of these like bland colors are just too boring. She's like, why would anybody wear that?
Yeah.
Why would you not wear the traditional colorful clothes?
Right.
But it's also like representing the culture, and that's what you are expected to wear.
Right.
So I was looking at the bags she had packed for me for college, and I was like, Mom, if I wear this, like I will be instantly recognized as the public figure Malala.
Yes.
And I said, I want to be, I just want to like mix in the students and not stand out.
Blend in.
College girl Malala.
And I want to wear college outfit. Like that's the dress code there.
How'd you find out how this is
So
the cutest?
she would put one dress out, remove it, put my.
And also tell Monica
Little
what
power
you Googled.
struggle.
Oh, I Googled Selena Gomez casual wear 2017.
And what to wear to college 2017.
Oh,
Googled it. Because
that
she had
is
never worn
so-
anything but these.
I
What
know.
did it tell you? What did she wear?
Cardigan,
okay.
tight jeans.
Yeah, oh yeah, probably
skinny
low-rise,
jeans,
skinny.
like necklaces.
Selena Gomez
That's
casual.
so-
Don't you feel like you would do this, Monica?
Yeah, I would.
would.
I definitely would. Actually, that's really funny that you bring that up because I think Taylor Swift just went on Fallon and talked about how it's Selena's wedding, which was last weekend, I guess.
Okay.
Taylor gave a speech and she said she made fun of the way they dressed back then when they were first friends, which is probably around this time. So you were wearing what they were wearing,
Adding
and Taylor
more to the debate.
exactly. Taylor would have razzed you.
Okay, so you got your new clothes. You got your 2017 college clothes.
Yes.
You've met Cora, and then gracefully and luckily you meet Hen. Tell us about Hen.
Hen is such a jolly, funny, entertaining character.
She's from Zimbabwe?
Yes, and she just talks forever. Like you cannot stop her.
Yeah.
I loved her. I was like, wow, I don't even have to do anything. I just have to sit and listen to her.
Yeah, she's got it.
Yeah, she wanted to like try new things and explore things and take photos, and I just love that. I was her photographer. I would be just taking her photos all the time. We are really good friends.
I mean, isn't this a 90s college movie?
Sure.
Where
I
like you
love
meet the
it.
outgoing girl. It's like, I'm going to take you under my wing.
Are you still friends with Cora?
I'm friends with everybody.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. I love this.
I met really interesting people. I met a lot of Pakistani friends. I met some friends who were like very supportive at times and were also a bit mean at times. So,
Yes, this is your girlfriend,
Anissa.
Yeah.
How is she mean?
She's mean. She's like making fun of how you look, what you're
I
wearing.
know. I remember there was this like mug, and sort of you put sugar in it and then you stir it
To make
so I was
tea.
just stirring it. She was like, that's not how you do it. You do it like back and forth. Like this is the more posh way. I was like, wait a sec. What? Anyway, I was like, okay, I'll just stir it this way, like the way the queen does it.
Yeah. You should have been like, bitch, we invented tea. What are you talking
Exactly.
about?
Also, like, hey, I have a Nobel Prize, so I would be throwing that in everyone's face.
Yeah.
But you're like starting to play Scrabble. You're like
Yes.
involved with it's off to a really great start.
Amazing start. Yes.
Amazing start. You're not a great student, and I like this.
Really?
I like this
The
because
first
you're.
person who's praising me for not being a good student.
I like this because our association with you is like wise beyond her years,
Yes,
completely
brilliant.
poised, can somehow write the speech, deliver the speech. Like we're thinking you're going to go there and this is going to be a cakewalk. And what I love is like you're kind of lazy. You don't want to fucking do the stuff, right? I mean, you're like you're there to make friends.
Yeah, you're there to be social.
Yeah. And so school's kind of that element was, and it was shocking to you as well. Yeah, like, well, this is a little bit harder than I was.
I mean, like if I wanted to do incredibly well academically, I had to stay in the library for 7-8 hours a day.
Yeah.
I was like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
I want to be with my friends right now. I had signed up for every society. There were these gatherings and parties and like a Diwali ball, an Eid party, and a biryani event, like anything you could think of. I just wanted to be everywhere.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you
Yes,
for making that
me
decision because
too.
I think you are receiving so much praise for being adult and being a good little soldier and doing everything you were supposed to do. To let go of that praise, you would have been most praised to go there and finish top of your class.
This is what my dad was expecting. My dad was sort of like, mentioning now and then like, how are you doing? And do you think what grades you will get? Or are you going to run for the president of the Oxford Union? And I said like, Dad, I don't think I'm here for any of those things. I am here to actually just find out like who I am as a young woman.
Basically have your adolescence here at
Exactly.
college. Yeah.
It was like I was living my sort of like late teenage, very, very late in my 20s.
Yes.
That's how I see it. And it was the first time that I was not with my parents. I was living on my own.
Yeah.
I did not have my work people around me. I was managing my calendar myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, nobody's really poorly. But when you feel like it's one of those times where you're free to explore whatever you want. And I said, I may not get this opportunity again. I knew that I could go to these libraries anytime in my life. I could reopen these books. But
No, you did it right.
friends in your early 20s is such a blessing.
Oh, it's
and
everything.
I'm so glad I met these people because they help you grow.
Yeah.
They help you learn more about yourself and who you become. I am who I am today because of these friends.
They took her to McDonald's.
Awesome. Finally, you got to go to
Yes.
I
McDonald's.
learned so much, like if I were studying, would I have ever learned about how to
No,
order?
like
Right,
Chaucer, my ass.
exactly.
We need to know what's on a Big Mac.
Yes.
What's in those nuggets.
Well,
And
we don't need to know
What's
about
cute
that.
is, this is so fun, these girlfriends. They took care of her. They each decided to get her their favorite item.
Oh, fun.
So you were at McDonald's just completely surrounded by nuggets and Big Macs.
Exactly.
Did you like it?
I mean, the caramel frappe, of course.
Oh, okay, that one's the one that got you. Tell us about Tariq.
Yeah.
Tariq.
Tariq, I mean, doesn't matter.
Okay. This is where Monica, and this is the part I've written down. This is
Yes.
This is textbook Monica here.
Yes.
I love it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Chasing a guy who's unavailable?
What? Ever heard of it? Just my whole life.
I mean, I'm just describing my story. I'm
Well-
not saying anything about you. This mysterious character, he was
Bad boy.
gorgeous. He was a bad boy. He was saying less. And I was like, I want to know what he wants to tell me. He had nothing to share, actually. But
Rumored to be a drug dealer. He's from Iraq.
that's what my friends used to say. And I refused to believe that.
Okay,
I was
because you want
like,
to see the
no,
good.
I said, he's really struggling, with the college pressure, and somebody needs to help him out.
Yeah.
So, like many times, he came to my room and he was like, that he was hungry. So I was like, okay, there's some biscuits and bananas. So you just eat the bananas and the biscuits, and then like go back and I know. And then at times,
and you felt like, oh, okay,
yeah,
go on.
and
No, go on.
and I saw him like in college. He was sitting on this bench, which had a clear sign of no smoking, and he was reading a book. So I was like,
And he was smoking.
so he's smoking and he's reading a book, and I'm like, excuse me, it says no smoking, and he's like, oh, I'm dyslexic. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, then later on, I was questioning myself, like, he was reading a book, or like, anyway.
And like, what does smoking have to
It
do with
probably didn't have the
dyslexia?
word smoking in his book. That's why he was able to read it. He
Okay.
just couldn't read the word smoking.
That's when you know you have a crush, because you're just so like nervous in front of them. So
You'll
it's
do
just-
anything.
I know. If they say they're reading a book and they're dyslexic, I don't know. You'll just believe that, whatever that is.
You take it at face
Or if they say
value.
nobody understands them and nobody, get it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, nobody gets it. You're going through a lot. Let me help you.
And Tarek was like a wunderkind
So
when
he
he
was
was
a
young.
student,
But
though.
then he was in year 6 at Oxford. He couldn't get his shit together.
Oh, I know, but you were like, because he's struggling and he needs
Struggling.
help.
Nobody's there to help him. Let me
Yeah.
help him. And my friends told me off. They were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, again,
Yeah.
the girl that was kind of catty at times, she was
Yeah.
the Real Talk Express. She's like, you're fucking
know.
delusional. This guy doesn't
All
like
of these
you.
hard conversations. I mean, she would just tell me directly. She said, I don't care if I sound rude or not, but she said, you need to get your life together. And
Yeah.
you cannot go and like fix this guy's life. Like, don't you see it?
Yeah, but it's hard because I mean, it's hard for anyone at that age if they have a crush on someone to be self-actualized enough to be like, no, he's not good for me. But also, you have had experience of changing the world,
Well,
so you
yeah,
have
we
some
misled.
evidence that like
No, actually, the reason that I was sort of enjoying this crush scenario was because he was unavailable. He was, he was not even like responding. And for me, it was just like one-sided love that I was experiencing. And I was so insecure about my looks because of the damage of my facial nerve on the left side. And I just thought like this love life and all of these things are not going to be part of my life.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe the closest that I can come to it is this imaginary relationship that I have right now.
This is what I wrote
Yeah.
down. I want to read it to verbatim if I could. Walking away from her room, I felt strange. Like the spell that had brought me there was broken. I'd failed in my mission to help Tarek, and Anissa thought I was a fool for trying. She was right. He had not asked for my help and didn't accept it when I offered. So why was I doing this? Because I enjoyed crafting elaborate narratives around our brief interactions. I could have snapped myself out of the delusion at any time, but I didn't want to. When Tarek disappeared for days, I would sit on my bed and listen to Bollywood duets, imagining the two of us embroiled in an epic love story. Then he'd show up again without explanation, eat my food, and leave. He didn't want to be close to me, didn't ask about my friends or weekend plans, and that never bothered me because I preferred the fantasy in my head, where everything was both thrilling and safe. Obsessing over an unapproachable boy was just another way of avoiding rejection and staying single, filling my need for connection with one-sided romance.
it's
Yeah.
so
Sorry, I had to read that.
It's so dead
Aw,
on.
That's Monica in high school.
That's me now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
me still. Like these things are, I mean, I guess hopefully we'll get to is how you got over that. Because those are big.
They're comforting.
feelings. They're
Yes.
so safe. It is
Yes.
as soon as I bet as if he did start to like you, you would have been like, no, I don't want that. That used to happen
It's
to me
scary.
a lot.
It's
Yeah.
scary when it feels more real.
Yeah.
And I think part of that actually did happen to me when I actually started seeing my now husband Asar.
Yeah.
Because again, like, it felt more and more real that this guy is real, the feelings are real. I am actually like going through these emotions, and it means I have to make like decisions about my future with this person. Do I want us to be together or not? That changes you as a person. Like
Yes.
I felt different. I felt very, very different when I made that decision. But initially with these like crushing or like these relationships in my imagination, it was fun because I was like, what if? And it's just these scenarios that you are
Oh,
like
it's so
imagining,
fun.
and that's how you pass your day. Yeah.
You can't get hurt in them because they're not real.
Yes.
But
No.
when it's real, all of a sudden we can get hurt. And
That's
now
right.
a whole nother batch of thoughts
Yes,
and emotions
yes.
enter.
Yeah, I actually did not want to be in a relationship, to be honest, because I just thought like culturally, for many other reasons, like it's just, I thought it was not for me. And I just never thought like somebody would actually like love me because of, my insecurities and all of that. So many
Yeah.
reasons for why I just thought it was never going to be the story of my life. For me, it was this reality that it's not going to happen. Like I would not do it because of, the culture and all of that. But also that I don't think anybody is going to love me or I'm going to find a person.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was never
A
on my
double-
mind.
And is that
whammy.
was that so confusing? Because also like the world is telling you they love you, right? Like you're being praised, you're on covers of Time, I assume.
Hanging
you
out
have a
with
Nobel
Obama.
Prize. Exactly. Like ostensibly the world is like, Malala, we love you. But then internally you're like, but that's not real and no one will really love me.
Yeah, I mean, even this recognition that you receive or the way people like imagine that you are in these circles and you are hanging out with some prime ministers and presidents every day, or you are meeting like famous celebrities and all of that. Like that's not a true picture of
Yeah.
my life. Like
Yeah.
I'm spending most of my time with my family or my college friends, and now like with my husband, like that's just a more true like picture of my life, my everyday
Yes.
life. I'm meeting our activists and like the projects that we support. So it's like a mix of that, but people have like these perceptions.
I think you're probably a victim of a lot of projection. For us to know that a little girl got shot on a bus over wanting to go to school is so terrible that the only way it's palatable that is she's fine and she's great and she's turned it into this great thing and she's won the Nobel Peace. So it's all like I can handle
Like, we
this
can live with it.
Yes, I need you to be this because it's way too uncomfortable for me to think a little girl got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I think you probably were just like this blank canvas that people just projected onto you what they wanted you to be so they could feel better.
Yeah.
It's really hard to process the response from people because I come across all sorts of like reactions. And they do, like, even if we deny it, I think they do affect us in one way or another. I think in the middle of it, I just did not give myself enough time to know what I wanted.
Yeah.
Life was moving so fast that I thought, okay, this is what's expected of me, and I'm supposed to live this way.
Yeah.
It's work, it's being an advocate, it's that I'm supposed to know everything.
Yeah.
When I'm still like reading a biology textbook, learning about cells, or
Yeah.
I have to like do an essay for my English subject or solve some math problems, that I somehow need to be able to address policymakers about their budgets for girls' education. And I need to have the correct opinion about every political issue out there.
Yes.
Yes, like, that's... And I sort of accepted. I said, yeah, like if you are applauded and if you are recognized, then somehow you need to know everything and you need to know it the right way.
Yes.
It's a lot of pressure. You're not being yourself anymore. You cannot make a mistake.
Yeah.
You're being scrutinized for it. And it still happens. Like even now, there are so many things that I actually don't know. I have principles in life that I follow. I think for me, the most important thing is promoting peace, promoting compassion, it's creating equal opportunities for girls through education, and it's ensuring that we actually listen to each other and bring more harmony, and stand against oppression and violence and wars. Like, I sort of know these things, and I also know that whoever it happens to, we have to stand with them. In whatever part of the world it's happening, we have to stand up to that. But it's not that I have to know the history and the background of every political
Right.
issue.
But I bet it's not enough for people. I bet you have that, but they now want you to be an environmentalist, and they want you to be this, and they want you to be like 9 other issues that they care a lot about because they are in alignment with you on this thing. I bet you're now feeling the pressure of getting sucked into all these other political arenas that maybe isn't your passion or your direct.
Yeah, the way now I look into it is I see it from the perspective of girls, and I relate it to the issue of girls' education.
Yeah.
So, for example, like climate change, like I don't know everything about this climate change topic, but what I do know is that climate-related events are affecting girls' education.
Right.
And girls' education is actually one of the best and in one of the top solutions
To all things.
Literally.
including climate change. So,
Yeah.
so I think about it that way now. I'm like, I can help in some of these things, but my focus would be girls' education.
Right. I think that takes courage because I think people want you to be all
Yes.
things. And it's okay to have one message. I care about girls getting educated. Y'all can solve the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at all these conflicts and things that are happening in the world, like what's happening in Afghanistan or what's happening in Gaza, for me, it's girls and their future.
Yeah.
If their schools are bombed, if they do not have an education, they are denied the opportunity to have a future. So I support the education programs. I help bring attention to their stories. And my goal is that we promote the message that can give them a chance back to their education. So that means we have to promote peace. We have to advocate against wars.
Okay, so Oxford's going well. You've got a friendship group. You have gone to one of your rowing meets, which is hysterical because you've never rowed.
Are you afraid
And
of
she
falling in and not
Can't
swimming?
swim is another
Of
overlap.
course, I'll drown.
Oh, God.
But she's still out there
This is so
'cause
stressful.
she
The
is
worst thing that
hell-bent.
could happen is I could drown. So,
Yeah. Did you wear a life vest?
no.
Yeah. You
That's
I couldn't
dorky.
even tell them. I was just like,
Yeah.
do it once and then get out.
So she does this, and she's walking home from rowing practice, and she's wearing jeans.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
a photo of you emerges.
Yeah.
Now, this is the element, you already have so much on your plate. You're trying to get through Oxford. You're trying to make friends. And now these things kind of keep bubbling
Yeah.
up.
I know. I mean, you're confused. Like what's wrong with jeans?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
So, before that, I had only worn my Pakistani traditional clothes. Even if it was a non-uniform day at school, I would just wear Pakistani clothes, and I felt awkward. I was like, I always stand out as this public figure, Malala, because that's the clothes that she wears.
Exactly.
And Pakistani clothes are beautiful. They're just flashy, colorful, and I love them, and I still wear them. But in college, I just thought if I wear that, everybody's going to see me as this public figure, and they're going to approach me differently.
Yeah.
So I decided that I was going to wear jeans and these, jumpers or sweatshirts,
Yeah.
cardigans, all of that.
Selena
Some I
Gomez
would wear
Whatever
it
Selena was
style.
in.
whatever Selena
Yeah.
is wearing. So coming back from rowing, I think somebody took a photo of me in jeans, skinny jeans, with a green bomber jacket. And
Sounds cute.
That photo, I know, sounds really cute, right?
Yeah, I like it.
And that photo somehow went viral, and there was this whole social media controversy that started that was criticizing me for wearing jeans, that it was against my culture and religion and whatever.
Anti-Islamic.
Yeah.
You're a Satanist.
oh, my God.
Your parents now know.
Yeah.
Your family members in Pakistan are getting
Yeah.
heat. It's like the pressure that all of a sudden hits you because you've worn. And mom's, of course, freaked out.
She's like, I told you
I know.
so.
And then I opened my phone and I just check what's happening. And my parents call me and they're like, can you respond to this, or can we help fix this? Because for them, it's let's fix the problem. They were getting these calls from Pakistan. And I told my parents, I said, I'm not here for some pilgrimage. I'm here to study. I'm here to be like any other student.
Yes.
I said, I'm not going to be defending myself or apologizing. I'm going to wear what I want, and I'm not going to issue any statement on this. you
And
know?
that's the right
So
move. You did the right
brave.
thing.
Yeah.
And you did as well as you could to not let it affect you. But there's a reality of like,
Yeah.
all that is insanely stressful. You've got a whole
Yeah.
country up in arms right now over the fact that you wore jeans. It's
I know. And then it just started a whole debate. People were criticizing that my dress was either too un-Islamic, and then some people were saying that she's still wearing a headscarf, like a hijab, and she's not fully liberated if she continues to wear that. And I
right.
was
So
like,
she's
you
wearing
can't
too
win.
much. She's wearing too much
little,
Pakistani
too
stuff
much.
and not enough.
For me, it is about the right of every girl and woman to choose for herself
Yeah.
what she does, what she wears.
Were your friends at least support? Like, were they
Always.
good? Okay, good.
Always. I mean,
Thank
they
God
just
you
could
had
not
them.
believe it. But it's just a crazy world out there that, no matter what women do, they're just criticized for it.
Yeah.
You are promoting work too much, or, why are you more, whatever, career, anti-career, staying at home. You're wearing this or that.
You guys can't do it right. You just
I
can't
know,
get it right.
I know.
But you do discover 24 OBS
Yes.
is a party. You get invited in the wake of all this. You get invited to join a Pakistani club, right?
Yeah. Friends group. Yes. Friends club.
And so you go there with a ton of fear. Like, these
Yes.
are I don't know. The rest of Pakistan seems pretty pissed at me. How are they all going to feel?
Yeah. So, it had been nearly 5 years. I hadn't gone back to Pakistan since the attack. And this was the first time that I was getting so close to, my country, where you feel like the people who have just
Yes.
come here as international students who are Pakistani, now they're meeting you. I was so nervous because when your exposure is limited, then you think that what you see on social media is what people think.
Yes, that's the
So
danger of it.
I was nervous. I was preparing an answer for every possible ridiculous question I could be asked. What have you done for the country? And why don't you go back? And all of these ridiculous things.
Yeah. Why are you wearing jeans?
Yeah, all of that. And when I go there, they're so excited. I feel like they had just cleaned their living room just for me.
And they're everything, just like the real world. You got
Yeah,
some
I
people
mean, there was
smoke pot,
Pakistani
drink.
food, and somebody's smoking weed, and somebody's not, and
Someone's a
everybody has different
vegetarian.
opinions, and somebody is talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, and somebody's like, oh, no, none of those things.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And I was so quiet, and I was just watching around just to make sure, if I was just worried, what's going to come next. It was such a chill, fun evening, and I ended up staying there till late.
This is the rascal in her. She stays till only the people left are high. She will sleep till 2 the next day.
Wow.
And she'll miss
Good
class.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll let it rip.
I know.
And you
I know.
danced at this one?
Yeah, with
Yes.
to Pakistani music. And Pakistani songs are so addictive. So they, and the friends were just wonderful.
Yeah.
That became my safe space, the 24 Obs house. It was a perfect place. I would just be there almost every day.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
It's kind of beautiful because
Yeah.
in some ways you had judged them
Yeah.
without knowing them in the
Exactly.
same way that people were judging you.
I know, and I was just so anxious, they're gonna ask me this ridiculous question the next minute.
Yeah.
And I think one of my friends there sort of told me that I know sort of what you might be thinking, but just know that any hateful things that you come across, that's not what most of the people think.
Yeah.
And that I support you and all of that. And I was like, oh my goodness, I thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's-
lovely.
Yeah, and that's, I believe more in what I experience in real life than what I see on social media. So I've been asked constantly about what do I think about the hatred I receive in Pakistan. And I'm like, what hatred?
Yeah.
I actually receive a lot more love in Pakistan.
Yeah.
I have been working in the country since I started this mission for girls' education. There are incredible organizations that I'm supporting through Malala Fund. We have a school there. We're doing so much work, and people are working together with us, and they're supporting us. So of course, trolls and these things, they're always there because people will be disagreeing you for one reason or
the
another.
pathetic nature of Twitter and all of it is it's 0.5% creating 95% of the content. It's not representative at all of anything in real life.
Yeah.
I forgot the most embarrassing and awkward part of her journey.
Okay.
Do you know, she had a full security detail for all this. So she's rolling around with two white old middle-aged cops who are living in a dorm down the hall from her. God bless you.
That's
I put them in a student room. How funny is that?
I mean, you're already feeling out of place.
I know
and
you're
you've
trying
got-
so hard to blend in, and you just can't.
I made them eat the college dining hall baked beans and potatoes, mashed potatoes,
And this was educational for me. So the English, or at least Oxford, works so different than an American college, which is like you're there for 3 years. You take a test at the end of 1 year that tells you you're out or you get to stay for another 2 years.
Oh.
And they tell you where you rank. And so you take the first year one, you're like at the very bottom.
I was at the very bottom. I nearly failed my exams.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they didn't kick you out. So you didn't do so bad that they booted you.
They
But they
weren't-
warned me.
They weren't
Yeah.
going to kick you out.
They were like, you're going to fail your degree if you...
keep
Carry
this up.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when my senior tutor had a meeting with me. She said, I'm serious this time. I have seen your results. You need to change the way you do your work. So I asked her to write a letter to my parents and Malala Fund team. And everybody was like, okay, fine.
Basically, I need to stop being on the road. I need to
Yeah.
stop
Give me a
my
break
other
so I can-
responsibilities.
She said being a student means you are a full-time student.
Yeah.
This is a full-time job. You cannot be traveling to 3 different countries in a week or so.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing in my first year. I was in Lebanon, then I was in Switzerland, then I was in Monaco. I was doing different things. Some were for Malala Fund advocacy, really significant and important, but some were for sort of paid events where I could so I
support
had to
yourself and your
support my family and all of that. But they said, no, you have to do it in your summer breaks but you cannot do it during college time. And it did affect my studies. I was, of course, prioritizing socializing, but at the same time, I was doing work as well.
Yeah.
Which meant I had even less time for my essays. And I was so behind in my academic work.
Wow.
Yeah, you were kind of drowning in
So
that.
for my second and third year, when it was serious, I said, okay, I am going to work hard. It was quite stressful to get back into it and to get it all together. I thought I was, when you feel like there's no help or support, but then I found out about the student support system at college, and there was this amazing person. She was brought into college to help students who were struggling with their studies. I was nervous to go there because I thought I might be the only one who's going to be there. And I had this imposter syndrome. And I thought, maybe I don't deserve to be here and all of that. But she told me so many students get to see her. And I even saw my friends there. That gave me a bit of comfort that it's quite normal and quite common for students to ask for help.
Yeah.
And I think we should encourage students to do, because the sooner you ask for it, there's just small things that can significantly help you.
Yes. Your friend Raja invites you and your friend to go go-karting. And this is your commitment. Do you ever see the movie Yes Man, Jim Carrey?
Yes.
He has to say yes to everything for a year or whatever, some period. And his life takes off. And in that same way, they're like, you want to come go-karting? You're like, let's go. And there's this boy there, and he is so
It was not Raja, it was Jamal.
Oh, it was Jamal. Sorry.
Different friend. But don't
Okay.
worry. Yeah.
But you get invited, and then
Yes.
there's this incredibly cute boy in
Yes.
town from
Yes.
Pakistan who's
Yeah.
a cricket player.
Yeah, I was just getting over my crush who had ghosted me,
Yeah, ate all your...
I know.
Food.
And
All your bananas.
I had just given up on love and and then this other guy enters my life.
A new
A new
potential
guy.
fantasy.
Yes,
Yeah.
potential, but maybe
exact-
it's not a fantasy.
exactly.
Maybe not
Yeah.
this time.
Not
He's
this time.
gorgeous, though.
He's gorgeous. He's really handsome.
Yeah.
I immediately was like, wow, this is the guy I sort of used to imagine.
Yeah. Prince
is this
Charming.
real? He's very charming,
And
very
she
handsome.
drove her go-kart directly into some into some tires and really fucked
Yes.
herself up and had to get
Yes.
taken to the manager's office and her security had to check her vitals. This is all in front of the guy. I mean, talk about a set piece.
To be honest. So that was like our first time meeting. So that's when I met Asar, who's now my husband.
Yes, this is a meet cute.
I know.
And you totally
I
crashed
love
and had a
meet
big
cute.
episode. And he basically talked you out of it a little bit. Yeah?
I know. I was like, you gotta give me a minute because this is this is a serious injury. And he's
Bit of a
like,
serious
"Yeah,
accident."
get over it. He's like, you were driving at like 10 miles per hour.
I hit some tires.
I know. He said, like, I think you're
Well, he's
fine.
like, he should have been like, girl, you were shot. What are you talking
exactly.
about?
he never brought that up.
He didn't.
No.
No.
Like, he never asked me about my past. He never
Yeah.
brought those things up.
Yeah.
And I instantly knew that this guy is different. Because
Yeah.
he was more interested in the person who I was and who I was becoming. And I
Yeah.
needed that person because, like, you want to grow.
Yes.
You are exploring more about yourself. And I thought he's like the perfect partner.
Yeah.
Because he's like, with him, I can be myself. I can be funny. I can say silly things. I don't have to think twice. Am I getting this right or not? Or, am I saying something incorrect?
But do you think part of it was because you were like, oh, he's gorgeous. He's out of my league. So nothing's at risk here. I can just be
Sort of, yeah.
a little bit.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, I think that's
common.
not to out Monica more, but like the hotter our guest is, the more powerful Monica is as a flirter. Like we'll have Brad Pitt and she'll be like, "What's up, girl?" Like she'll be so
it's true.
confident because she's
True.
like, "Well, he ain't gonna like me."
Right. Well,
No.
yeah, yes. There is something about someone who it's the same thing though. It's like
Yeah.
an unavailable person or an
Yes.
unapproachable. It's like, okay, yeah, there's
He's
no
not gonna
reason
like
to be
me.
anything but me here
Yes.
because like there's no pressure. But then that's when you get into the circumstance where it's like, oh wait, no, maybe actually they do like me.
Yes.
Uh-oh, there's something wrong with them, so I don't like them anymore.
Yeah, no, I thought it would be like one of those one-sided
Yeah.
imagination kind of love story, but
Yeah.
turns out like I was actually in love with him.
Yeah.
He's so sweet. If he's
I
anything
know.
like how you describe him in the book.
I
He's
know.
so
I
handsome.
don't want to give too many spoilers about the love story because I think this is like a really, really fun story.
It is.
Yeah.
But at one point, I felt like it was not going to work out.
Oh, really?
But you were very assertive.
Yeah.
At the beginning, you were very assertive.
Yes.
And I like this.
Yes.
You knew he was leaving town, and you're like, well, I got to get together with this guy. He's going back to Pakistan. I'm going
I
to
know.
show some initiation.
I know. I think it's like we couldn't say it out loud, but we were trying to like signal it to say
Yeah.
like I'm interested or all of that. But I think by the end of that first summer, it was 2018. I had just finished like my first year at college. He sort of communicated, like he didn't even communicate. His friend told my other friend to communicate to me. So it was like a long way
Yeah.
that, oh, well, Asar is not thinking about you in that way,
Just a friend.
just a friend and all of that. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
broke my heart.
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I know, but then we got back together, and I don't want to, people can read how it happened.
Oh, this is so cute.
Yeah.
Monica, he's so sweet. He's so cute. He's older than you. His love is cricket. That's his
Yes.
life. He's from a very poor background. He's had a pretty fucking gnarly childhood in his own right.
Yes.
His father had a lot of issues. So you guys knew each other. Like you're
Yeah. We had a lot in common because we both used humor as a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
So being funny is like everything to us. And I just realized that this guy has the best sense of humor. But most importantly, he finds me funny.
Yes.
So he laughs at my jokes, and I love that.
Yeah.
Wait, I really
Yes.
want to know why he first, like, what?
I think so. Of course, there's more in the book, but he also tells the story that his right angel was telling him that if there's one person in the world that you don't want to hurt, it's Malala. And that his left angel was telling him, the devil, that the one person, if you hurt her, like you are going to be her enemy number one. So he said, like, I think for him, it was our friendship.
Yeah.
And he did not want that friendship to go away. He also understood that we were at a different stage in our life. He was already working. He had graduated. I was still in my I had just finished my first year of university. So he knew that I was still figuring things out in life. To be honest, I think like he was thinking the right way.
Right.
He had also been burned. He was a sweet boy, and he was a sweet boy to a few different girls, and they kind of left him in the lurch.
Yeah, and he was just scared, like, if
If Malala speaks
we start,
publicly
like,
about me.
Yeah, I think he was just scared, like, if we start, like, sort of technically dating each other, and then he messes things up, that he thought it's going to be over for him because the mission of Malala Fund changes.
You're like dating
And
Taylor
then
Swift.
we are like,
You're like Taylor Swift.
Education, let's give that. We're going to come back to that, but there's this one guy.
Education aside.
We've all come together today to talk about the educational challenges of Mongolia. But before we get to that, do you guys know this guy, Assur? He's like, I'm a cricket player.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, yeah, everyone would hate him because everyone loves you so much. So I understand the fear.
Well, we hate Tarek. I hate Tarek.
I do too.
Yeah. I mean, this is such a movie. You decide to smoke pot,
Yes.
and you have what is the worst experience I've ever heard detailed from
Yes.
someone smoking pot. It turns
yes.
into a 2.5-day thing.
Yeah.
And do you want to try to describe what that sensation was?
Of course, I had become this adventurous student at college. I was, trying to try everything.
Rower, go-karter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one evening, my friends called me to the college garden and said, let's hang out. I visit them. They're like trying this new thing, which is like, looks like a flask, and it's called a bong.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've never seen this. What is it? They're like, give it a try. It's just like weed and something. I was like, okay, like what? They said, just take one puff. And I was like, oh, what could one puff do?
Sure.
First attempt, I coughed.
Yeah.
Second attempt, I inhaled it and it went all inside my body. And in that moment, I froze. Everything changed instantly. I was reliving the Taliban attack.
No.
And prior to this, you had said many times and maybe believed
Yes.
yourself that you had no memory of that whole thing.
That
you got on a bus
yes.
one day and you woke up in Birmingham.
It's like, yes, like it's a week-long induced coma. It's hard to know what happened, what didn't happen, what
Yes.
was a real memory and what wasn't. But now, like 7 years later at college, after this bong experience, I was reliving that flashback.
It makes so much sense because when you're high and you have no experience with it, you're out of control. You don't know when it'll end. You feel trapped. These are like all the things you experience.
And it doesn't
in that
end.
week.
It went on and on. It went on and on for hours. Like I was shaking. I wanted to scream. I wanted to move, but I couldn't. I thought I was like being attacked again. I thought maybe
this is
like
horrible.
I'm dead and my dead body's somewhere and this is maybe an afterlife. I just could not figure it out.
And you're seeing flashes of memories now.
Yes. And you sort of lose that sense of reality. You feel so detached. And like that night, that whole night, I was in my friend's room. I was just so scared. And I couldn't close my eyes. I couldn't sleep because I thought as soon as I close my eyes, maybe I'll die.
Yeah.
So that's when my mental health journey began.
Yeah.
I had not seen a therapist before. I hadn't had therapy.
And if you don't mind, you had a second experience too, and this all makes so much sense, which is you also go to Boston to get the nerve surgery.
Yes.
And they put you on oxycodone,
Yes.
and then you're back again.
Really?
So now we've got, again, and it's the same thing, because like I don't have my full faculties.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in this purgatory nether world.
I just can't do drugs, basically.
Yeah, that's fine. Now
drugs
you
are
know.
not for me.
Yeah.
That's a
And I
bummer.
wouldn't do it, but
Yeah, you should though. but-
No, don't.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
already
yeah.
did it twice
No,
and it
she
was
should
didn't
do.
good. No, I don't want her
Let's
to-
try ecstasy
No.
next. Okay.
I know it's anyway. I've heard things anyway. What is it? I've heard something about MDMA. What is
Yeah,
that?
that's
that's
ecstasy.
ecstasy.
Yeah. It's great for
But-
intimacy at some point. You and
I don't know,
you and
she's
Yazir want to rekindle.
Dax, if you
Oh my
make her
goodness.
feel this again, this is
No,
not
because she's
nice.
going to do all the work and she's going to decouple all that. And there'll be a moment there'll be a big signal that she has processed everything.
Okay.
The kissing you guys are going to do on it. Oh my God.
Okay. So the disassociation that you probably felt in the attack
Yes.
is what you are also feeling on drugs. There is a disassociation that happens when
Yes.
you're drinking or
Yeah.
on drugs. And so
Yeah.
it is literally the exact same feeling.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's just
And
your
I think
brain.
it was those suppressed memories.
Yeah.
I could not acknowledge that I had actually seen it.
yeah.
Yes. Again, back to it wasn't what
Yeah.
people wanted to hear.
Exactly.
They want to hear that you survived and that
And
you're
I
strong.
want to hear that I survived and I don't remember
Yes.
anything. Like, who wants to remember that?
And you said you had been given this identity
Yes.
marker of brave.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden you're just scared out of your mind to be
Oh.
alive.
And I felt that I had failed. I felt that I had failed living up to the expectations.
Yes.
That's
You have this thing that I don't think so few people could relate to, but I find it so heartbreaking. You have this Wunderkind thing, which is like these prodigy musicians. They're like 12. The world loves them. And it's like, where do we go from here?
Yeah.
It's untenable. You'd have to grow up and be Beethoven to
Yeah.
deliver on what this promise at 12 was, right? It's such a kind of cruel expectation. It's dangerous to celebrate young people in such a
Yeah.
profound way. It just is a little dangerous.
Yeah, and I think the way we are received in media, and especially now on social media, like that exposure is just crazy. You know, people then have this fixed image of you, and you also internalize it. So I just thought, like, the girl that I was recognized as being strong and brave at age 15, who survived the Taliban bullet, this is who I need to be for the rest of my life.
Right.
I have to be brave and courageous. And I was actually like really happy with myself that I didn't need therapy, that I had overcome all of these things so quickly. I was now on this like mission, and then I was like enjoying my life, and suddenly like something so small triggered the whole trauma
The
again.
body keeps the score.
And I felt like maybe it was all there. It was all there this
Yeah.
whole time.
Yes.
So this was the first time I started getting mental health support. I started therapy.
Oh,
Which you
good.
had a lot of hurdles, right? You had some cultural hurdles. There are, as you say in the book, there are 243 million Pakistanis, and there are 500 practicing psychiatrists in the whole country. So I pretty much tell you culturally how your culture feels about psychiatry.
Yeah, I mean, like growing up, this was we were not familiar with this.
It's weak.
Yes.
It's indulgent. It's anti-God somehow. You should be turning to God for these solutions, or
Yeah, I mean, like it's either like you're supposed to get some medication for everything because they see it as like a real physical problem,
right.
or it's, maybe you're like cursed or something.
Well, generally, you were saying in Pakistan, if
You've
you're
gone
having
mad.
mental health
Yeah.
issues, that's almost a sign that you're not connected to God.
No, I was like, I don't want to like go and tell my parents because then they will think that I've gone mad or something.
Yeah. You're
I-
crazy.
Yes.
Ugh.
And like I myself just thought that maybe a therapist would not understand my situation.
Yeah.
That's a fair
because for
concern.
everybody it's just so unique and personal.
Well, that's the thing. Your story is unique, and it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're just a human who's scared,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? It's like we
Exactly.
think we're so unique, and you are objectively unique, but also you're not.
Yeah.
You're fundamentally the things you're struggling
You're
with are the
afraid to
things that so
smile
many
at
people.
times. You're afraid to do this. These are what we're
Yeah.
really
or
doing
fail
all
my
day
exams.
long.
or-
Yeah.
Well, I was really nervous about my exams. I was nervous about life after I graduate. I was nervous about a decision whether to get married or not when I was seeing Asar. So there was like a lot on my mind.
Yeah.
And from the flashbacks to the time when I started getting therapy we're still a few months in between.
Yeah.
So my friends noticed that I wasn't being myself anymore.
Yeah.
And one of my friends then suggested that I see a therapist.
Yeah.
I said, I was like, they won't get it. But she said, it's okay. Like, give it a try, because a lot of college students do that. She herself is seeing a therapist. That gave me a little comfort that it's okay. Like, okay, fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
And the first time I went to see that therapist, Evelyn, I told her everything. I said, okay, and now prescribe, what do I need to take?
Yeah,
Or like fix it. Tell me where I got it wrong this time. And like, I just wanted it all to go away. And I wanted myself to be the person who I was before the bong incident and the flashbacks.
Yeah.
And I came to this understanding that you're never going to be the same person as you were. Like, everything has changed. The way you think, the way you feel, your thoughts, everything has changed. You have to acknowledge that, and you have to sort of coexist with it.
And your therapist is like, you have PTSD. And you're like, yeah, what is that? People say they get PTSD for the line was too long.
Exactly.
Right? It's like been so overused.
No, I got PTSD like 7 years after.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's insane. Anybody would bring up this topic, and I was like, not me.
Yeah.
But you started having panic attacks.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. You move in with your friends. That's a little different than you're in.
That's what she diagnosed me with, anxiety and panic attacks. We had many sessions together. She told me to like understand my emotions a bit, like write it down.
Taught you how to breathe.
Breathing techniques. Then she helped me separate emotions and thoughts and feelings from like actions and just sometimes you're like in this spiral of thoughts and you feel like so helpless, or you feel frightened from nothing. You're like, why am I scared? I can like stand up to the scariest people who try to silence, and at the same time I'm just scared
and then
just
you're
from
mad
nothing.
at yourself because you're weak in that domain, and then you're ashamed of yourself, and that's its own fucking thing. Now we do.
I know.
Yeah. We're so cruel to ourselves sometimes, huh?
I know, and it was just so hard to like go through it. But now, I still get therapy. Like these kind of panic attacks and flashbacks have happened a few more times after that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I'm doing well now, but I just don't know what's gonna happen in the future.
Yeah.
The transition, the changes, just seeing new things, but at least I know that I will always ask for help.
Yeah.
Yes. I also have anxiety and panic. And for me now, if it starts to happen, it's actually weirdly helpful. Like if I start to have like if I'm feeling like panicky or a panic attack is coming on, it is actually a sign now that something else is going on.
Yeah.
Because, you're just going through life and then all of a sudden you're like in a zone. Overwhelmed. And then it's actually helpful to say like, oh, I'm having a panic attack. That means I need to deal with something. Something's going on. And like, yes, go talk to your therapist and go. It can be a good indicator if you know what it is.
Yes. This is what my therapist told me, that, there's a window of tolerance for each of us. And that can change throughout our lives. Because I kept questioning her that, I stood up to so many challenging, difficult things in my life. Why am I scared now when this is like not scary, but I'm somehow really scared.
Yeah.
You're fighting a lion, but you're afraid of a mouse.
And she said, that the window of tolerance that we have can shrink in. It can grow bigger at times. And right now you might be overwhelmed with everything that is happening. You might be just scared about what life would look like for you after college, or whether you should get married or not.
You're dating a sir, and it's a secret. You're not allowed to be doing that.
That's a lot.
And the work pressure, all of that. She said maybe this is, exams, all of these things that maybe that window of tolerance has gotten a bit smaller.
Yeah.
But it's okay because, your body is giving you these signs.
Yes.
So you're like very right. It's just a sign it's a sign telling us something about how we are coping with the stress.
Yeah, and maybe I need to be a little bit gentler with myself right now because
there's something to look at.
Yeah, there's something to investigate.
There's something here. Now, the one thing that's going great in your life at this point is still a sir.
Yes.
Yes. This boy, I like him so much. The text he
too.
sends,
Oh.
the way she does this British Vogue interview, and she discusses her thoughts on marriage and some other things, and it causes yet again one of these insane outcries, and her own parents are freaked out, and you got to know, correct this statement.
I did the British Vogue cover, I think like 7-8 months before like our marriage. We did not know we were going to get married, but like it was the same year.
Yeah.
The Vogue piece came out and it received this backlash and it became another controversy because I was asked by the interviewer, what do I think about marriage? And at the time, like I was so stressed about like this marriage decision, and I was like seeing Asar and I was confused, like, should I get married? What about the system of patriarchy? And like, am I giving up to it? And what about like the millions of girls who are forced into marriages? Like, am I losing something? Am I making more compromises?
Marriage has been an instrument of oppression. Let's just say
Exactly.
that. Yes.
So
let's.
And you've been fighting actively against that.
I know. I mean, and it's not that I was like either against it or pro it, but I was questioning it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I said something like, oh, I don't know why people have to get married. Why can't it just be like a partnership or just sort of like an agreement or friendship or something like this? And I like my comments don't even make sense to me now. I'm like, what was I saying?
Well, it makes sense to
It
me because
makes
that's what
sense.
you were experiencing with a
Yeah.
sir. You're like, I'm in something that's great, and I can't say that.
It also sounds like a fine thing to think.
Yeah. And I think, we should be allowed to be confused and question these
Yes.
things. But people were like, oh, she's now promoting girls not to get married. And she's like against this Islamic religious ceremony around like marriage, which is called nikah. And this whole thing that Malala is now promoting anti-marriage culture. And I was like, wait,
My
what?
gosh.
Yeah, and the parents, this one got me a little, I felt very protective of you. I was like, I don't want to be in this house right now. Because initially they saw it and they were so proud of this thing. And then the backlash happened and they succumbed to it. And they want her to make a statement. And then Asir's like, do you want me to talk to him?
To your
Yeah.
parents.
What a stud.
It's sort of in that moment, you sort of know, like, I think he's the one.
Yes, because he
Yeah.
has
We're
your
here to
back.
protect. We don't
Yes.
offer a lot, but we should be
He
protecting
has
you.
your
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I knew he was the right one because he sort of stood up to that patriarchal narrative, that misogynistic narrative. And I was like, oh,
He's like, you look beautiful.
I know. He's like, you look gorgeous. And,
And it's a great article.
Yes.
And let me remind your parents that they loved it too 2 hours ago.
yes.
I love him.
Oh, I love them. Oh, I love them. There's
No,
some text,
yes.
Monica, that'll make you bawl your eyes out.
That is like there, in therapy, I've talked a lot about this where I just want someone who just has my back regardless. And it's really hard to find because also people are their own people and no one needs to have your back regardless. Like, that's kind of asking a lot. But in moments where people show up for you like that, it is so meaningful. I
know.
love that. I love that you have that. That's
So then Malala
wonderful.
right after was like, let's take a trip.
Yes.
Because he's also living in Pakistan. He's got
Yeah.
he's got kind of his dream job working for a cricket organization. So you guys take this lovely trip to Lake Placid.
I mean, it was a long distance. It was still the COVID travel restrictions, and we both somehow managed to make it to Lake Placid in the US. And it was just the two of us. So it was a time where, we were not thinking about anything else. Family, culture, all of these things. It's just like, what do I want? How do I feel?
And you're supposed to have a talk. You know you're going to have a talk.
I know I had prepared like a long list of questions that I'm going to ask him everything. Does he have any problem with a woman earning more money or not? And, would he feel insecure about what I do? Or he has to adjust to my schedule.
Yes, there's a lot.
Are you going to feel emasculated by joining me?
Exactly, feel insecure and all of that.
Because I ain't got
And-
time for it.
I know. Or like, does he truly, truly love me or not? I just was so worried. Anyway, we are in Lake Placid. It's a beautiful place. We are exploring different things, doing like a yoga session and then like watching birds and walking and hiking. And then we consider canoeing as well.
Again,
So-
can't swim.
Okay, I need you to stop getting in boats.
I know.
Okay.
So we start canoeing and the waves were really strong. So we are trying to like head back to the hotel.
This is Monica's nightmare.
But the
Yeah.
waves are taking us in a different direction. And before we know it, we're like quite far away. And we're both panicking now.
Oh no.
And then we sort of see this house and then we stop by the dock, like we stop, but then they have like 3-4 big dogs and they were like barking at us. Now I'm okay, but at the time I was like really scared of dogs as well.
Yes.
That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's reasonable.
And then the house owner shows up and she's like, okay, guys, I'm going to help you. This happens all the time. And then she drives us back to the hotel.
Well, let me just add, she's a rascal. She's a procrastinator.
Okay.
She's gone on this trip to have this talk, and they go the entire trip, and he keeps wanting to talk, and
Yes.
she's like,
Oh,
no,
just-
later,
Yeah, 'cause you're
later.
having fun. You don't want to bring
Yes.
it down.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm like, let's. He's like, so what did you want to ask? I'm like, oh, this yoga session, that's going to be so cool. Let's do that. It's like, okay. Are you ready to talk now? No. Let's go canoeing.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready now? No, let's play card games or something.
Yeah.
So this was like the last day of the trip.
Yeah.
5 minutes before you get picked up.
And he's like, okay, so are we ready to talk? And I was like, I think I'm ready. And he said, to talk? I said, no, I think I'm ready to get married.
Oh.
To be with you.
Oh, how sweet. What did
Yeah.
he say?
I mean, he was very happy.
I'd love to.
Oh, I love this story.
Yes.
Oh, I love it because you had such an idea of where your life was going to go and what you could have and what you couldn't have. And you
Yeah.
got to have it all.
Yeah. And then we got married like 6 months after, November.
And that's another set
2021.
piece that's in the book. Everyone should read it. It's, more mom stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of
Oh,
stuff.
shaming
Me and
him
my
for
mom
not
fight
having-
all the time.
Yeah.
Good.
Moms
Yes.
do. Moms and daughters, we do it.
Oh, she needs to read. We'll have a copy.
The book,
I'm going to send you with it. Yeah.
what is it called?
Oh, let them. She wants.
Let them.
Oh, no, it's there. It's up there.
Do you know
yeah.
about Let Them?
Yeah, no, I've come across it, yes.
Oh, your mom needs this book. You need to give your mom this book.
No, my mom.
No?
So we don't know my mom and my dad's actual birthday
Okay.
Oh, that
when they
might-
were actually born.
Yeah.
But I asked my mom if she has heard anything about her birthday from her family members. And she said it was Ramadan time around like 1969 to like 71. So I looked those years up on Google,
Yeah.
looked up Ramadan time, which is based on lunar calendar. It was around October, November. So my mom is a Scorpio.
Okay. Does that
She
explain a
needs-
lot?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Scorpios. I mean, my mom is a Scorpio, so like,
Yeah.
I love Scorpios. But you can imagine, you cannot argue with her. She's always right.
No, see, you want her to read Let Them? Malala is already letting them.
She doesn't need to read it.
Well, exactly. So
but
we
her
can
mother is suffering out of her fear of what people think of her and her family and her friends, and she's suffering. She's actually suffering, and I have compassion for her. She really needs some tools to let go of what everyone else thinks.
Yes, but also, but you can just be
it's
like,
hard
that's
to
her.
unlearn. It's hard to unlearn
Yes.
if you have experienced something for decades.
Yes.
And you have seen the consequences of that,
Yeah.
like what women and girls have to go through.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
tons of
So-
compassion for her
Yes.
and no judgment. And because that, and I don't
Yes.
dislike her, I want for her relief.
Yes.
I think she deserves relief.
Yes.
And I think there's techniques to get relief with her
Yeah.
specific. This is my last question. Have your parents read the book?
No,
They haven't.
they have not.
But are you sure they haven't? If my daughter writes a
No.
book, even if
No.
I say I'm not going to, I'm going to.
I actually chose not to share this book with my parents.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
This
fair.
book has not been shared with anybody, friends, family members, brothers, parents. My parents are very supportive right now. I think I'm sure we'll have like some disagreements or something. They'll be like, did you really need to talk about this? Did you really need to bring
exactly.
this up? We'll talk through it. I know. I decided not to share this book with my parents because I wanted it to reflect my feelings and my emotions.
Without having to think about theirs.
I
Again,
think this is you
circling back.
claiming your
Yes.
autonomy. I think you're
Yes.
very immersed with your family
Yes.
and your parents.
Yeah.
And I think that this book is kind of a declaration of like, no, I'm going to be a full person now. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not just going to be the person at the UN. You're going to have to accept I'm multifaceted and I'm a full person and this is it.
And that's
Yeah.
brave. That's
And I hope
brave.
liberating for you.
It's really hard to experience these different human emotions because sometimes you feel weaker and more vulnerable.
Yeah.
When I fell in love, I felt more vulnerable.
Oh, yeah. It's so
Yeah.
scary.
Emotionally, I was like, oh, love can make you feel so weak. Ew.
Yeah.
I felt broken and so vulnerable when I had flashbacks and panic attacks. I was like, I'm failing. And like now, like throughout my life, I am, I'm more open to accepting emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And I am embracing them as part of my growth. I do not believe in this old version of me who felt that there's only one emotion, and that is just being strong, staying so firm in what you believe in. But that means, you cannot cry, you cannot feel weak in any way, you cannot be heartbroken. All of those emotions are not you. You're only just supposed to be strong. And but now I'm like, true bravery is when you go through the lowest and you still stand up and do what you
Yes,
believe
absolutely.
in.
Yeah.
That's true bravery. That is true courage.
Yeah.
So to anybody out there, who might feel that they're like failing themselves, or if they have any doubt, just know that for as long as you keep your work going, like, you are brave, you are courageous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finding My Way. I really hope everyone reads it. It's so fun and cute. Like I said, it's like a complete departure from the other
I can't wait.
side we already know. And it's so human and relatable and just really well written.
Oh,
And it's
thank
wonderful.
you.
So I want everyone to check out Finding My Way. And Malala, I hope we get to do this again.
Yes, come
This was so
back.
fun.
I know, this was so much fun. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good.
Stay tuned for the fact check. It's where the party's at.
Hello.
Hello.
Did you use that towel? Your hair
Yeah, I
towel?
did.
You did. Yeah, you can tell. It's crazy you don't use the hair towel every single night because every time you use the hair towel, you get a compliment on it.
Thank you. I know, but I can only use it on wet hair, and I only wash my hair
Once a month. How often do you wash your hair?
Once a week.
Once a week. Yeah. It's a lot of hair. It's a big job.
It's a big
It's
job.
expensive. You probably got to use a lot of shampoo.
Yeah, and it gets dry. Like it's not good for me to overwash it.
Yeah,
it gets
it'll dry, brittle.
Yeah, and brittle bones. I do need a haircut really badly.
Osteoarthritis.
But one thing about the towel that's interesting is when I use it, my hair gets it's very naturally curly. It's
Sure.
hitting its
Don't
natural
brag, but
state.
yeah, just tread lightly. Yeah. It's good.
Well, no, people like straight hair.
Well, that's the funny thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You like grass is always green.
Always.
But when my hair is curly, if I brush it, it gets poofy.
Uh-huh.
So I haven't been brushing my hair lately at all.
And do you get, you're so blessed, your hair, right? Because you don't get knots.
I do sometimes get knots, and I just
Sometimes
let
you say.
it
Now,
be.
when I had long hair, and I'm not talking only like a little bit past my shoulders,
Yeah.
every night it would get like a dreadlock in it when I slept.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah, I had to really, every morning with fucking conditioner and a comb, like get knots out.
Because you have fine hair.
Thin,
We call that
weak,
fine hair.
Yeah.
Beautiful fine hair. Okay. So yesterday I went to a restaurant and next to it was a bar that was playing the Dodgers. Like it's in the area by Dodger Stadium. So a lot of people go to watch the game.
Sure.
And
Not the shortstop.
no, it's
Okay.
called
Little Joy?
Yes.
Wingstop?
You were at Quarter Sheets?
Yes.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
job. Rob put it all together. Little Joy. Really cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, they sell these chips, voodoo chips, that are really yummy. So in best case scenario, we go there, we have voodoo chips.
What are voodoo chips?
It's
Tortilla chip?
no, they're potato chips.
Yeah.
But they have, let's see how they're described. They're so good. Zapp's kettle potato chips voodoo. Sweet, spicy, and tangy flavor, known as people chips.
Oh,
New
New Orleans
Orleans.
kettle style voodoo.
They're so
I'm
good.
intrigued.
Oh, I'll get you some. They're really good.
Okay.
And they sell them there. So you have a little voodoo.
Uh-huh.
And then you go over to Quarter Sheet's really good pizza place. Now, we were watching the game, and then we went over to Quarter Sheet's, and when we were leaving...
Can I ask who we is? You, Anna, and Jess?
Yes.
Okay.
I just look on the website for the next reservation, and I just book it, because it's really hard to get in there.
For the pizza joint.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have noticed probably, but do they have a gluten-free crust by chance? I mean, it's L.A.
They should.
They must.
I don't think they do a lot of
Good for
modifications.
them if they... Also, if they don't, good for you guys. Don't
Yeah.
accommodate to us. Like, make your real thing and don't fucking accommodate.
Yeah, because they only have, like, a certain amount.
Okay.
It's
one
not
of
like
these
a
things,
huge...
scarcity.
So good, though.
Yeah, and you love it because of the scarcity.
Because limited edition.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went. We had a great time. So I have a couple alter egos.
That you make reses with?
No, they just appear. Like Sonica is an alter ego. She drinks a lot of water.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because she's in the sauna so often, or?
Oh, wow. No. She just is thirsty. And so like every now and then if Sonny takes over and then I'm just drinking a lot of water.
Okay.
And then it's like, oh, Sonny's here, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's another one named Flonnie, and she's feisty. Like she's like loopy and quirky.
Slapsticky.
Yeah, exactly.
Pervy?
Sure, but I think they're all pervy,
Okay. Okay, great.
including Monica.
Okay.
So something it was like that movie Split. Like Flonnie came, Sonny came.
Okay.
I was there,
Yeah,
you
okay.
know.
It was a carousel of characters.
It was a big night.
Yeah.
And then we left and we were walking back by Little Joy and it's open. So we peeked to see how we were doing and it was 6-1. We were not winning.
Yeah.
And we were all like, oh God, that's bad.
Yeah.
And then this guy was standing on the street and he was like, yeah, you saw it? Those guys got run over?
Oh, what?
I know. And we were like, what? And he said, yeah, the two people just got run over up there. And it was definitely, oh, it's a ding, ding, ding to an upcoming episode. There's an expert we have on morbid curiosity.
Oh, yes.
And it was such a ding, ding, ding because he was like, out there and you could tell he was like scared talking about it. He was like, they got run over. I think they were homeless, but I don't know. And they screamed and then Jess was like,
they
oh, I don't
screamed
want to
like
hear
homeless
anymore.
people scream.
No, that he kept saying they were homeless, which was
Sure.
it was an interesting piece of it because
Yeah.
I could tell he was kind of saying it so that he felt better about it, I think.
Yep.
And he was like, they ran out in front but yeah, he was just like processing it.
Yes.
And we did not want to hear it.
This is very similar to like if a stray dog got hit by a car or someone's family pet. I think that's what's happening.
Oh.
Like you're trying to comfort yourself. And so you're like, but they were homeless, meaning like they're running around and they're already crazy, somehow
it's better.
It's like it's not the big threat to the world because these people are already living on the fringes and doing wild stuff.
Right.
But I don't even think you're doing that, but you're trying to go like, well, I shouldn't feel so afraid because it's not a normal person. It was a homeless person.
In quotes. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yes. That it's like, I would never be in that position because that's a different type of person.
Like if a guy got hit by a car and you were like, he was a drug addict. There's something about it. Like, he's like slumped over.
He was on drugs.
Yeah, and
that's
why
it happened.
Yes, and there's like more culpability. And
I know.
Yeah,
but it's all made up. We're all making it all up in our heads.
A human died and it's the same.
Yeah. And so...
although we don't even know if they died.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said,
Yeah.
well, maybe they are okay because our friend Eric got hit by a car and he was okay.
Ish, yeah.
I mean, he's...
Who knows what he's like before. We met him post-tax. He got blasted by a taxi cab. Yeah.
In New York.
But again, no. But what's funny is it's like it was Eric and you go, oh, well, it was definitely his fault.
Right.
Because he's so absent-minded. He was probably looking at his phone. But if someone's really alert and they get hit, you're like, oh no, then that could happen to me.
Yeah, I know. And the truth is, everything could happen to all of us.
Anyone could get hit by a car.
Yeah. Jess said something interesting. He was like, yeah, it also goes from if you hit someone, a person that's just walking across the street, if you hit them, like, you're a murderer.
Uh-huh.
And if it's this homeless person who jumps out in front of you, or
it's
you
a
have
bit of the collateral catastrophe that is homelessness in LA.
right.
Yes, it's like a part of a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we really categorize things to make ourselves like feel better.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was a crazy thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't.
But you
like
didn't
that
really
at all.
get many details other than that the people were potentially homeless.
Screaming and potentially homeless.
Okay, ambulance come and take them away?
Yeah, a lot. There were so many police cars.
Rescue.
Yeah. But I'm really glad I didn't see it, because that is the type of thing that is like that lady in the mall who had to get out of the wheelchair or the husband had to get out of the wheelchair and the lady had to get in the wheelchair, and it was a whole commotion, and I was like really upset about that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I think this would have made a similar mark.
Yeah.
So I have to say I'm glad I did not see
Well,
it.
what I'm hearing, which sounds like good news, is you are more affected by that than the loss, the World Series loss.
I was.
Yeah, that's good. I think that speaks well to your character.
It also is so human. Like, he's a stranger, this person. He's a stranger on the street, and he really wants to connect over this bad thing that happened.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Well, he's alone in this.
Yes.
And he needs a little connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I have such a warp. So again, we're talking so much about this expert, but
Yeah.
this morbid curiosity topic, which is great. And there's categories. This person broke it into 4 categories of different curiosities you could have. But one is violence.
Yeah.
Now, one is my great curiosity. But yeah, as we were going through some of these things, and I was like, I just don't even get scared. I don't have any emotion during a scary movie.
Right.
And I'm like really desensitized. Like, I could see that people get hit by a car and I would be kind of fine. I could walk over and get involved. And,
Right.
And it wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I want to know if it's born that way. I want to know if it's nature or nurture.
That's probably some
both.
combo. Yeah. But probably more nurture, I would say, for that.
Well, this guy was saying, like, when you show people pictures of violence, there's like these different levels of which. If it's like, if it's two guys high-fiving and you're seeing a photo, you'll first notice that they have contact with one another. So your eyes go to the high five, but then your eyes go immediately to their faces. Mm-hmm. Whereas if it's like a punch to the stomach, your eyes will go to that violence and it won't come away.
Contact.
But then if you see it on the street, you don't want to look, or you're repelled by it.
Yeah.
And I only have the attracted to it part.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's nurture, probably because you're around violence, but also you have a need to help. So, like, you're not going to be like, I got to turn away. You want to go towards it to see what you can do.
Yeah. So that would be like a good reason. And I'm not even willing to give myself that pat on the back. Even more like when Nate and I were in Afghanistan and the base we were at got bombed and everyone was running in a very specific direction. They were running to all of the bomb bunkers, which were all around the base. And I was fighting this huge compulsion to run from where everyone was coming, run towards where everyone was running away from. And knowing that I'm a guest here and that we have this liaison and I start moving and he's like, no, wait, where are you going? I'm like, I have to see what they're running from.
Oh, interesting.
It's like, I can't I need to see what the threat is or the degree of it before I can possibly feel calm. I got to first know what we're up against.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
But yeah, I just want to run at everything.
That's not good.
It's not a good instinct.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think something like this, like someone getting hit by a car and you going towards that is nice. Like I sometimes feel like I'm really bad because I don't want to
You
go
want to pretend
help.
that you didn't, it's not happening.
Yeah. And, sometimes I'm in my bed and I think I might have heard like an accident
Mm-hmm.
and I should go out to see. And I struggle with this. I'm like, what should I do?
You should feel guilt-free because there's so many people like me in the
I
world.
know. But what if they're not around?
I more have that when I see something and I'm like, the cops aren't there yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I call 911? And I'm like, I'm sure someone else. That's the time where I'm
Right.
like, I'm sure someone else did.
Yes, calling 911. It's a big hindrance for me. I don't want to do it. And I assume someone else is going to do it. But if everyone assumes.
But didn't you call 911 once for absolutely nothing?
No, it wasn't nothing. It was important. And
was
then they weren't picking up.
Okay.
There was like some guy lurking around our apartment.
Okay, that's worthy of a 911.
It was worthy.
Yeah.
And they just kept ringing.
They never picked up.
No.
That's interesting.
It's not good.
We've heard that on Armchair Anonymous.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Now, back to I do think this upcoming episode is going to be one of these ones where it's like I think about a lot, or I start noticing. I think it really,
Yes.
because it happened immediately. We interviewed this person yesterday, and then I'm laying in bed with Lincoln last night, and we're talking about I don't even know what we're talking about, but she just tells me, yeah, she's like, I spend a lot of time when I'm in my room by myself planning out scenarios where there's an intruder and they get into my room.
Yes.
And I have a couple different plans. Like I have this one toy I think would make a great weapon.
Yep.
And so it's like I have one version where I'm gonna go grab that. I forget how she determined when that's the option. And then another one is she goes onto her balcony and then hangs over the side and drops down.
Yeah.
And then runs to here. She's decided she's running into the studio.
Oh.
And locking the doors, but screaming the whole time, hoping we'll wake up.
Right.
And then buying
what
some
about
time.
Delta?
But I'm kind of like why not just run all the way, run out the house, run to TT's.
No, because you have to. Oh, you mean keep going?
Like she's gonna get a distance, but she's gonna stay on the property. She also has this inclination to make sure we're alerted. Like she doesn't want to abandon the whole situation, but she wants to build a buffer. But anyway, she's telling me this whole thing, and it was just completely random that she said this. And then I was thinking, I wonder if I hear this all the time, but I wasn't thinking of it because we hadn't done that episode.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, honey, that's this great gift of humans. We can model out the potential threats we have, and we can have game plans without ever having experienced
Yes.
it. And now whether you'll be able to execute this game plan or not, like you at least have a game plan, and you have a couple.
Yeah. I had so many game plans.
You did.
First and foremost, you get under the bed, but then you Spider-Man. You're not under. You are flush with the
You're holding yourself up like a cockroach.
the top of the bottom of the bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair is a little bit of an issue there.
Yes, you got to put up
So
a
you gotta-
pony,
and
do
then
a
you gotta
bun,
flap it so that it's also flush.
get your towel, get your nighttime towel.
Yeah, that was my plan when I was a kid.
But my guess is you never tried that because I don't think you could have done it.
I didn't try it.
You're not
no.
a spider monkey.
But I felt like in a scenario like that,
Life or death.
yeah, I could do it.
I think some of us rely a little too much. Like, we're going to get a big bump once the adrenaline hits. We'll know kung fu as soon as that adrenaline spike happens.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
And I also remember in school they would we'd be doing like fire safety week or something.
Yeah.
And they would tell you like have a game plan, have an escape route at your house, have like a plan.
Yeah.
And so I told my parents like we need to come up with a plan, and they said no.
Oh.
They had no
They were
interest.
not going to play that.
They thought it was a silly waste of time.
Now, if we believe there's any power in manifesting, which we do.
Yeah, we do.
I was listening to your first episode of Best Dad.
Oh, thank you.
And they're reading, for people who haven't listened to it yet, you're going through your history, which was you were a fan of their show.
Yeah.
And then you had written them emails.
Yes.
And then they had access to those emails.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing.
Were you prepared for them to that quickly be able to produce these emails
No.
from 10 years ago?
No, he just did a little quick
did a little
search. It's so easy to pull up. It was so embarrassing.
But you say out loud on there, I hope I'm a guest on your show one day.
I know. Isn't that wild?
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm caught in the same spot you are, right? Like, I'm thinking if I was reading, like, this was all happening to me, I'd have the same embarrassment you have.
Yeah.
And then I have, like, some judgment of people who are forward.
You do?
Yeah, like when people hand people scripts in restaurants and stuff, I'm like, no, that's not how you do it.
Sure.
That's not how you do it. Like, you go through the channels like everyone else. There's no shortcut, you know. But then I hear this story and I'm like, well, then also that's true.
Yeah.
You ended up on their show. And
That's
them on
right.
yours.
I did. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny that that's your takeaway because I do think it's so specific to who you are.
And you know I hate asking people for stuff, like my own hangups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Anna and I were talking about this. She listened and she heard that part and she texted me and said, I almost started crying when I heard that email.
Yeah.
She was like, it was so sweet and you're just such a go-getter.
Oh, yeah, I thought that too.
And I was like...
sending emails and...
Which...
Yeah.
And then it was a weird sim because earlier that day, Jess and I were talking about hustlers and is that learned or is that who you are? Is that a nature or nurture, basically?
Yeah.
And we were kind of talking about our group of friends and who is one and who isn't one.
Oh,
And he was like, you are one. And I was like, I am. I think that's right. And then this was sort of like a weird confirmation.
Yeah. And I think being a hustler is as cool as it gets. I think that's one of the...
Yeah.
That's a descriptor of me I'd love to have someone say.
I think it's just like, that's the only option. Like, I think that's the only option of getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Waiting around that is just not gonna happen. I think there are very specific lines that I feel I know not to cross that are just in my
the ones
gut.
you decided.
Yes.
Yeah. They happen to be other people's lines. Like, that's all life is. Like, you run into someone and that to them is also the line and it jives.
Yeah, and there is...
Because there isn't a right or a wrong line.
No, there's no right or wrong. It depends on who you're talking to, who you're connecting with. And I do think for me, I do think I also have a level of self-awareness and awareness of others, a heightened awareness of others. So I'm kind of like, that person probably is a no, this person is a yes. But even with writing the letter to Jen Ann, like that is just like, I'm going for it. Because why,
Yeah.
why not?
I have other domains if I'm going for it, but the just like reaching out and asking is so hard for me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm doing it more and more and more.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to say, I don't have a problem asking.
Yeah. It's a
I
good
can just say
quality.
no.
Yeah.
But anywho, how we get
Manifest.
Oh,
so like you manifested
yeah.
that whole relationship.
Right.
It's in writing.
Full circle.
Yeah, it's in writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I manifested a lot of relationships.
And I was just like, and you explicitly state it. But while I'm listening to her response to you, I'm like, well, no doubt she's going to end up in a murky situation.
Oh.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And by the way, these are my favorite kind of people.
Yes.
No boundaries.
Yeah.
Like her third responses to you is like, will you marry me? And I'm like, yeah, this is like, I'm so much like her.
No, I think you are boundaried. You're good at that.
Yeah, maybe more the kind of BDP, like I fall for people. I love people pretty quickly.
Sure.
Yeah. Which lacks some boundaries.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you would not have found yourself in the situation she ended up finding
That's true. But it's like it's all right there in the intro of this kind of innocuous, inane backstory. And you're like, well, of course, Elizabeth's going to end up in something
in
murky.
a situation.
Yeah. There's a lot of things being
thing,
examined.
A ton.
And I applaud her honesty and lack of any kind of, she's just very honest about it. Like, you're like, how did your ego like getting these letters? And she's like, yes, loved it. Loved.
It's the most complicated journey for her, definitely by far of the three of us, and And she does have to confront a lot of personal things and personal behaviors throughout, because it's about parasocial relationships, but both ways.
Yeah.
And it's a tricky world.
It is.
It's a tricky world.
I just was on a hike with my brother, Peter Krause,
Oh.
and Larry Trilling, our father, our directing father. It was the sweetest hike a couple days ago. And yeah, we were talking about, between the three of us, we've all been close enough to several people who have gone to the absolute top of the status mountain. And yeah, it was our conclusion that, like, even the level Peter and I have is a lot to manage successfully and to not become a narcissist and an asshole and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously, Peter and I have only experienced like really a 25th of what's out there. And we all kind of concluded that we certainly know a lot fewer people that manage that successfully than we do. Successfully, it's such an abnormal experience for a human designed to know 100 people to have tens of millions of people love them.
It's unnatural.
And good luck. And I'm not judgmental of anybody who doesn't manage that well, because like it's so bizarre.
Yeah, I know.
And confusing, I think. And ultimately, ironically, lonely. I think that's where most of these cases lead to really a lot of isolation and loneliness, which is the opposite of what your fantasy was.
I know. And I also think it gets confusing. Who you're servicing in life gets confusing, and who your close people are versus who is everyone versus, like, I do think it's lonely and scary and hard to manage.
And the thing I can relate to a lot is I think for many people, it's like they don't enjoy it and they're afraid it's going to go away, which is the weirdest mental space to be in. Because
it feels like
you've lost something
that you've lost, but then it doesn't feel like love when you're engaged in it.
No, and it seems to be the outcome of the goal you set. So it's like, well, if that goes away, then the thing I was chasing, I must also say goodbye to.
Yeah, I guess.
My hat's off to the few that have like are somehow completely normal after that bizarre human experience.
Yeah, really strange.
But they're few and far between.
People who have handled it well are the most evolved people on Earth, because you have to do the hardest thing, which is really fundamentally understand that what anyone else says about you doesn't matter.
And choose to chase the validation that's hard to get and not the one that's right there and easy to consume. It's almost like junk food versus protein. It's like the real self-esteem comes from the service and the being available to others and the making yourself suffer and all the things, basically anything you don't want to do is going to lead to self-esteem.
The human parts, not the like celebrity parts or famous parts or those things. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like what you have this at all times. You're at a salad bar and there's like a humongous dessert bar and then there's a little bowl of broccoli. And for the few people that can just pick that broccoli,
it's hard.
I think a lot of it has to do, too, with how grounding of a relationship you're in and how, like, equal-footed the relationship is. I think that can help people not get too untethered. Like, a person I can say who's completely fucking normal and as famous as it gets is Kimmel.
Yeah.
Like, somehow Kimmel is a completely normal dude. He's the same dude I met 21 years ago. And my hunch is he was the same then as he was 21 years before that.
Right.
And the things that are obvious to me in his life is that, like, he's completely surrounded by his family at all times.
Yep.
He is not, like, at all distanced himself from his family.
Yep.
They all work with him. They're all everywhere with him.
He's so loyal.
And a lot of his focus is endlessly on like his hobby's getting people presents. So he's like just endlessly thinking about or noticing someone liked this and having something special made.
Yeah.
So it's like his hobby is something not self-focused.
Yeah.
And then the family's around all the time. And then his wife's a gangster and not going to be out-leveraged or out-talked.
Yep.
Yeah. He should write a book, How to Be a Successful A-List.
He really
person.
should.
Yeah.
That's why that Best Boy Award, not very many people get it, you know.
It's an
pretty
exclusive.
Rare. Pretty rare.
Pretty rare. Have you tried Capitol Grill yet?
No, is it good?
You should try it.
I want to go
I took my
there.
mom and Dan there yesterday for
Is it in
lunch.
Beverly Hills?
No, it's right next to Warner Brothers.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's very close.
What'd you get?
And they're not popular yet. So you can just go in there, which is not going to last long.
Not now.
Probably not now, but I also want them to stay in business
Yeah.
because I love it.
This is a steakhouse.
Yes, it's very Houston's adjacent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they got like artichoke and really
Oh.
fresh vegetables, and the tomatoes outrageous. The meat's incredible. I just discovered it maybe a month and a half ago, and I've been 4 times now.
What do you get? What's your order?
The lamb chops.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They've got an incredible French onion soup.
We love French onion soup.
Crock or cup. Crock.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Beautiful salad, the artichokes. It's great. It's
Sounds
really
like it
good.
probably has a good martini.
Garen fucking teed. The bar is 29 feet. It's longer than that.
Oh my
Bar is probably
God.
50 feet long.
I want to go. Maybe I'll go now.
You should go in there and get shit faced in like the middle of the afternoon.
I
It looks like a
should.
great place to.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to Houston's tonight
You are
with Elizabeth and Andy because
to celebrate.
we launched today, and then that's where we decided to make it. So
at
it's a full
Houston's.
circle.
Okay, great.
All right, shall we do some facts?
Yeah, let's do some facts.
Okay, some facts from Malala. Not very many facts.
Mm-hmm.
Not very fact heavy.
Yeah, what are you gonna say? She didn't feel lonely?
Well, I did look that up.
Okay.
No. Okay, so her friend was telling her how to drink tea properly.
Yeah, not hit the sides of the cup.
Yeah, and you joked that she should have been like, "Bitch, we invented tea."
Yeah, and I also remember you having a moment in your life where you learned how to do tea.
Did I? Maybe.
I heard the whole "don't hit the sides" thing, and it wasn't from Aaron Weekly.
Huh.
It was either you or Kristen.
It was probably Kristen.
Okay.
Maybe when she had lunch with the queen
Oh, she never had lunch with the queen, but
in her dream.
maybe, yeah. I mean, there was a phase. Tea phases are fun.
I love tea. I drink tea every morning.
You start pedestrian style. You get the bag.
Yeah.
Dip, dip, dip. Lipton iced tea. Everyone's done it.
Sure. Classic.
And you can graduate to like raw tea and then the little steel basket.
Yep, the steeping in the basket.
And we were doing that for a minute. I was like really into English breakfast tea for a
that's
while.
my tea.
You know why I stopped?
Why?
Vanity.
What do you mean?
It's, I think, the highest on the teeth staining spectrum.
Oh my God, how are my teeth?
They're still white as fuck, but you were
God.
you were blessed. You've got straight, big white teeth.
No, that I didn't know that. That's very scary. I've been drinking it. I drink it every morning.
You better brush right after.
I brushed before.
Oh no, you got to change the order.
Really?
Yeah. You should look up the list. There's like, between coffee, wine, but tea will get you, girl.
Oh shit.
And have you ever noticed people drink tea, like it stains the cup? Coffee never stains the cup.
Well, is it? But do you think maybe mine's not as bad because I put a little milk in there? I
No, it's
drink it
probably
like
just
the English.
that's sugar, so you're just adding an adhesive to the
No,
dye.
I don't add sugar, just milk. Oh, you're
I
saying
know,
the
but
sugar's
milk has,
in the milk?
Yeah, the lactose is sugar.
Okay, but it makes the color much more diluted.
Sure.
It's like a very light. It's like this
Yeah, well, just
very
imagine,
light
great, if your
tan. teeth.
teeth were the color of your tea after you put milk in it, would you be happy with that?
No, but I also been doing this for like 5 years. Like so far so good.
Do you think they'll ever learn to tattoo teeth? And do you think people ever reject white teeth? Because like white teeth, what is
Right.
why we're all so drawn to white teeth? I
Yeah,
guess it
why?
looks clean.
Yeah.
It looks healthy.
Yeah.
Like it's clearly some evolutionary signal we're getting that we all are universally like we'd prefer the teeth white.
Yes.
You
that's
can't
so
say it's just like,
true.
oh, marketing got you. That's not it.
You're right. It is. It's like an indicator that your body is healthy.
Yes. It's like the whites of your eyes.
Right. How are mine?
Always great. I'm envious. I
Yours
have to
are-
add,
yours are
but
okay.
I have to add drops.
Oh yeah. That's because you don't sleep well, so you.
I'm an allergy machine.
Yeah.
I constantly got something.
Yeah, but your teeth are white.
Well, I brushed the shit out of them, and I did stop drinking tea specifically because
That sucks.
I don't want to drive down the
Me
tea
either.
market. I
Well,
hope it thrives.
Let's do. I mean, that's you are a negative and I'm a positive, so that evens out.
Okay, so it's neutral.
Yeah.
But I do think you should look it up.
don't want to do that. What if if you start noticing people's teeth are like brownish? I guess you should just be like, do you drink a lot of tea?
You just go like, oh, cool. I love English breakfast too. We should have a glass. What? How do you know I like English breakfast? Because your tea is your color of a fucking bottom of a lake in the fall.
Oh, man. Okay. Wow. Do I brush my teeth before?
You should do it after.
I think it depends on the day.
Yeah, in your time schedule.
Exactly. I guess I should do it before and after. Although I actually...
No.
I know. I don't like drinking something right after I brush my teeth because, toothpaste taste.
It funks it up.
But I also do kind of fundamentally not want to put anything in my body until my teeth are clean.
So you know what I do? So I wake up and I brew my coffee. It sits next to me while I meditate, as you already know. But before I'm done meditating, I'm like, okay, I get to have my coffee. But first, I take a big sip of really clean, fresh water.
Right.
And I even kind of, just a little bit, I want a
Swirl.
nice, clean palate for this coffee I'm about to receive.
Okay.
So maybe just have a nice, heavy glass of mouthful of fresh, it's got to be fresh, good water.
Like Tahoe.
Don't promote.
TahoeArtisan.com.
Shut up.
The issue is I don't want what's in my mouth down my gullet.
That's crazy. It came from your gullet. What?
But yeah, now it needs to come out. It
Okay.
needs to be clean. The germs need to go away.
Okay, here's my pitch.
Okay.
I have a spittoon that I ended up getting for Christmas the year I quit dipping.
Yep.
It's a bummer. It breaks my heart.
I know.
Get a spittoon like the one I have.
Okay.
Big, fresh, clean mouthful of water.
Gargle.
Spit it in your spittoon.
Okay.
Then consume your tea. Then brush your teeth.
Okay. I'll consider
It's a lot of stuff to have
It
this
is a
tea.
lot of stuff.
Or switch to coffee.
I'll think about it. Okay. But, bitch, we invented tea. Actually, technically, China's the country that invented tea.
I'm not shocked, but wasn't the Indian spice trade also tea and spice or no?
I mean, the tea.
The English went down to India and they wanted shit. They wanted the spices and I
Yep.
thought the tea.
Me too.
Darjeeling tea?
Yep. Yeah. I don't know.
Enough about the history of tea.
I don't, except that it is saying here China. But the issue is, I do think you're right. We think tea is very Indian, but I actually think it's British.
Okay, you know what? This is an old fact I've said in the past.
Okay.
And you're not going to believe this.
Okay.
Well, this is so fascinating. Do you know how many different kinds of tea there are?
Oh, one.
There's only one.
You told me that.
There is only one.
That makes no sense.
It's how you dry it, which turns it into English breakfast or green tea or anything. Like green tea is really fresh. It's not been dried out a bunch.
Yeah.
But it's all the same bush.
So the black tea versus the green
Yeah, it's
tea
all
versus chai.
Yeah, it's all the same. So what my guess is that the bush is probably originally from China and they were probably doing green tea. And then the Indians got their hands on it and they were like, fuck, hold on. Let's drive this to high heaven and see what we
let's
get.
play with it.
And I think they must have invented the third one you said.
Chai.
Chai.
Well, chai, so this is one of the chai.
And chai means tea.
It means tea.
I know, people like this.
So it's tea.
Okay, though, people are really mad when I say chai tea. Like, they'll correct
Well, no one
me.
needs to get mad about it, but it's also okay that it does mean tea.
Yeah, that's great.
It means tea. But chai has more spices. Like the Indian tea has more spices and stuff in it.
Yes.
My mom makes me tea when I'm home, and she always asks, do you want like the spices and stuff in it?
Okay.
I normally say yes.
You know, in Italy, they say chai bello.
And bellissimo, as you learned.
And bellissimo.
Okay, yeah, so China,
Well, good for them. I did watch the history of tea on the History of Channel, which is how I learned that it's
that's
all one
cool.
bush.
yeah.
And I kind of wish I remembered why India is so
connected
to it.
Yeah, me too.
So there's two main varieties of the plant. One is in China and one is in India.
Ooh.
But it's the oxidation process that makes the teas different.
Now,
On Wikipedia, it has like nothing.
Rwanda's gone all in on tea growing.
Uh-huh.
And I stayed at a place that was in a tea plantation.
Oh, cool.
And they're gorgeous. Like the field of tea leaves is beautiful.
Yeah.
It was very enchanted.
Ah,
Yeah.
do you think I should, at my house, do a tea bush?
Yeah, I do. If we have the climate to support that, which I think we might. I don't know if it's moist enough here, but.
I mean, according to my dad, it's the same as India.
Well, Santa Barbara's the same as it. Yeah.
Santa Barbara's the same. Okay, the movie Yes Man, yeah, that was a year that I needed to say yes.
One whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Great concept.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I liked that movie.
Okay, famous wonderkins.
Oh, great.
Mozart. Oh,
Oh.
I thought it was a bug, but it was actually my mouse. That was embarrassing.
You're bringing up you're about to do Wunderkinds, and
Yeah.
I was in this really complicated dilemma.
Oh.
Delta was reading me a story she wrote.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. She wrote this 5-page story about leaving Arizona to go to college in Cleveland.
Oh.
And her uncle's looking out for her and encourages her to plant in this empty lot where people grow things. And then her mom gets cancer and she has to come back to Arizona. And it's just a great story. And the details are incredible.
Oh.
But there is a line that said, I was 19 and in my third year of college. And I was like, do I tell her she would have to be 16 when she entered? And people generally enter at 18. And was she a Wunderkind? And I thought, is she, maybe I could ask gently, is she a Wunderkind? And then I was like, who gives a flying fuck?
Absolutely.
Just enjoy this story.
Yeah.
And I did.
Good.
The better angels of my nature prevailed.
Yeah.
But you're as a parent, you're constantly do I need to teach them this?
I know. I would also be struggling with that.
Yeah, I think I chose right. Who the fuck cares? If it's an issue, I guess our teacher will say hey, P.S. she would have been.
Also, it's we could just fill in our own gaps. I guess she's a wonderkind.
She's a wonderkid, or maybe she did 2 years of community college while she's going to high school and entered.
She just had a lot of credits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and she was technically in her third year of college, even though it was her first year of university. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was just it took over for a minute.
My cousin's son, he started college when he was 15.
I don't think it's a good idea.
He's a wonderkind.
These Wunderkids never. I just read this terrible. There was a headline about this. There was a Wunderkid chess champion who just died at 29.
Oh, no.
He was a chess grandmaster in his teens. But I just was the whole Wunderkind thing is scary.
It's
These prodigies, it's impossible to live up to.
It's really hard and the pressure's too much because they're still a kid.
Yeah.
But he's giving up his career to run for city city council.
Who is?
My cousin's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's panned out for him.
Yeah. I mean, he's running for the city of Redmond. Okay, Mozart, Marie Curie. I didn't know she was a wonderkind, but she was.
I thought she was old as hell when she invent penicillin?
She's invented something.
Yeah, I think discovered
I think
antibiotics.
Radioactivity? Pioneering research on radioactivity, which
okay, so she's
I also thought maybe she did the Red Cross.
No, I think that's
what is the point of going
it's
to
a Joan of
school?
Arc name, I think.
Okay,
the
let's
Red
see.
Cross.
Who
It's obviously not
invented-
Joan of Arc, but I think it's
Clarissa Harlow Barton. Maybe she's related.
I'm Dave Buttons.
Okay, well, I don't know why anyone goes to school because I remember doing a report on Marie Curie.
Yeah.
And obviously I remember nothing.
Me too. And I think she invented penicillin.
And I think she invented the Red Cross.
I was thinking of Florence Nightingale. Who's Florence Nightingale?
She's a Joan of Arc type.
Isn't Florence Nightingale something about medicine and medical?
English statistician.
Oh.
But the founder of modern nursing?
There we go.
Oh,
Founder of
nursing.
modern nursing. Nursing.
Oh my God. Okay, well, there's a lot of other Picasso.
He was a wonderkind?
It says that. Your favorite guy, von Neumann.
Oh, yeah. But he's the definition of a wunderkid. Solving math problems no one can solve at 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he fucking delivered. He's one of the rare ones that delivered.
But he also died.
Janusz von Neumann.
Mm-hmm. And Bobby Fischer, speaking of chess.
Yeah,
Wonderkind.
crazy doc.
Yeah, I want to watch that. I need to remember
gotta.
that. There's some other people. Doogie.
Douglas Hauser,
Yeah.
MD.
Yeah.
Ronan Farrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronan, famous wonderkin. All right. Well, that's it.
Okay. Well, that was fun. We asked more questions than we answered, which is
Yeah.
my favorite kind of fact check.
Yeah, that's always good.
Okay, love Malala.
Love Malala.
Yeah.
Love wonderkins.
Yeah, Wunderkins are great.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.